Oh my god, we're back. I'm making the announcement literally right now. Twitch.tv/LissyLoops. Cursed Ones is back! Holy
Yes,
crap, it has
sir.
been. This is the longest
Many.
hiatus we've ever taken. Um, half of it was because of going on a little vacation, other half was because of work and stress. But your DM is back, she is less stressed, and your DM is ready to play D&D. And I hope you guys are ready to play some D&D as well.
I have a bag of chestnuts.
Yes!
That's great to hear.
Yes! Chestnuts, let's fucking go! My
They're
favorite
not
D&D.
edible, but they are chestnuts.
Roll them like D20, and that's how
True.
you're gonna decide what happens to you this session.
I got brown.
Okay, good to hear. I'm keeping that in mind for later.
Cool.
So the question of the day, I thought about this last night, and I was like, let's actually have a fucking question of the day ready so that we can zoom through this, so that we can start playing, because I want to fucking play D&D. So the question of the day is very simple. Are you a city person, or are you a country person? Like, where would you prefer to live? What do you enjoy more? Arrows from Arrows, who are you? Are you a city person or a country person?
I think I'm just a cunt.
So true.
So fucking real. So real. Thank you so much. Blue Man Group, who are you? Are you a city or a country person, or are you a cunt?
Hi, I'm Cole. I don't know if I'd call myself any of those really.
Just a person.
I feel like I like a kind of nice in between. Like I live in
The suburbs?
kind of an elderly neighborhood that's not too far away from some of the big cities, but also isn't super crowded. And I like that, you know? Not too big, not too small, and out of the way.
Fair enough. Hello, I am Electric Eel Attack. I am Dean. I'm also the Dungeon Master. I play everyone else in this campaign, and I also run this shit show. I am full in on being a city person. I dislike the countryside. I do not want to be in the countryside. If there is not like 10,000 noises when I step outside, then I simply cannot exist. And that is my truth as a
They got
Toronto
birds.
citizen. Morg, who are you?
It's not quiet out
City,
here.
city or country person?
Well, I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere, and I guess I don't mind, but I don't like driving much, so I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up. Just as long as I don't live in one of those awful, like, kind of cul-de-sac type neighborhoods where all the houses look really, really similar, because they
I
kind of
hate-
creep me out.
I
So
hate
like
those.
where
They're
Cole lives.
You know, okay,
It's
look, I
not
read A
actually one
Wrinkle
of
in Time
those.
at a formative point in my life, and something about that first thing where they end up in, like, that suburb, and all the people are doing the
Suburbia
exact
is
same thing.
fucking scary.
Dude,
It's
A Wrinkle in
horrifying.
Time,
There's
that
an
that
episode of the
scene, it
Magnus
just permanent.
Archives
I don't
about
remember
that.
most of the rest of that book, but that one scene permanently etched into my brain.
There's an episode of
And
the
also,
Magnus Archives about that.
because you have to
Yes,
drive like 20
exactly.
minutes for something that's 5 minutes away, and I'm like, wow, that sounds like a literal nightmare to me
It's-
because I don't like driving.
It's hell to me. It's
At
hell
least if
to
I'm
me.
driving out here, like I know why. Like, yeah, okay.
If
If
I
I
am
drive
ever-
somewhere, it's because
Whenever
it's
I'm
far
in a
away.
suburb and there's like copy pasted houses, I'm like, where the fuck am I? What time? Where did I go? What is happening here? This does not make sense to me. It's fucked up. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Where's the vibes? Where did they go? Why are there 10,000 men mowing their lawns? What are they doing?
Yeah, so
Their lawns
basically,
are already
anywhere other than
mowed.
that is cool with me because I mean I live out in the middle of nowhere and like it's not as quiet as you think it is.
Yes.
Mostly
Fair
because we have a
enough.
lot of trees. So if you walk like in the morning, like the number of birds, especially in, like the summer, it's so loud that my dad would like do outside, like he'd like take like a Zoom call outside, and he had people like comment on it. They were like, "Oh, like who is it
Fuck
that has all
them
the bird
birds.
noises?"
All right. They did surgery on a frog. I had to open up your actual Discord to get the full name. I did surgery on a frog. Who are you? And city or suburbia? Or city or country?
Hello, I'm Cece. I play Charpay. I used to consider myself like very much a city person. Now I don't. I'm in the middle.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm like full city. I'm actually shocked by me being like the only full city person here, but that makes sense to me, honestly.
I have to admit, Liz, all your stories make the city sound awful.
The city
Yeah.
the city is great.
And driving in a big city myself, I hate it.
Well, that's because you're driving. You gotta walk. You gotta walk, and then you gotta find.
I think that would frighten me even more.
You gotta find the places that are just word of mouth. Like, you can't look it up on Google. You gotta go into those alleyways. You know,
Like,
you gotta
No,
go into the
it's a bad
underground
idea.
marketplace. It's a good time. It's a good time. Anyways,
Isn't that how Peter Parker lost his uncle?
yes.
I
Anyways,
don't wanna
Okay, I
lose
don't
my
have any
uncle,
uncles.
Liz.
well, that sucks for you.
I
Well,
guess
Arden
because you
doesn't
went
have
to
any
the city.
uncles.
I don't have an uncle
I have
that I
uncles,
know
but
of.
Arden doesn't. So it's
Um,
fine.
so I have nothing to lose by going into those alleyways, quite frankly.
I
Besides,
have uncles, but I mean, they don't live anywhere near me, so it's fine.
yeah, exactly. So my pro tip of the day: go into strange alleyway.
Great to hear.
Nobody take this advice.
You
please.
know, and I can't even argue with it because I know exactly how I act in the middle of the night.
All right.
So
You go into
We're gonna
strange
do a quick
alleyways?
recap and we're gonna start because some people have to leave early today. So last session, holy fuck, I just forgot everything in the world. This is great. Last session, the party were in the deep backstage, which was like a strange manifestation of the vibes of Cornelius, we'll just say. They're currently inside, or they were previously inside of a theater-based dungeon, led by Cornelius, who is just trying to put on a wonderful show, but through a series of mishaps and chaos, and generally the show being thrown up, down, left, right, 10,000 degrees, wherever the fuck. Cornelius kind of lost all control of the narrative. Shit went a little bit wild, and now you guys are in a strange hellscape known as the Deep Backstage, where manifestations of strange scenes and mental states are everywhere. Different art styles are swirling around in reality, and stuff is very trippy and weird. I believe the main event of last session involved you guys going through a strange hallway of mannequins, which broke out from the sides as you guys were attacked by Shudder, one of Cornelius's crewmates, though eventually you managed to reason with her and get through to her and say, like, hey, we didn't exactly do this whole deep backstage thing, this is not our fault, this is all your boss, he's kind of having a rough go of it, and we're trying to stop him.
Also, I feel like an important thing to mention before I forget is that Shudder is still in Arden's like bag, basically. Because I know we just went through like all the like
Yeah?
anti like getting dragged around and stuff, but Shudder's fine.
Wait,
I didn't know that.
I forgot that Shudder was in
I have
Arden's
Shudder.
bag.
Shudder is in my stuff.
You have Shudder? You just
We
equipped
need her
yeah.
to fucking
just-
help us.
You just Animal Crossing pocketed Shudder? I forgot about.
Yeah, that's a thing that happened. I put her on. I put them on my inventory. I put them in my inventory, so I wouldn't forget this time.
Just put a whole
You-
fucking person in your inventory.
Look, this is the
New
last.
ally just
Look.
dropped. We need it.
I'm
We
sorry,
need it.
Hugo's ring is the last time that me, more the person, forgets about this stuff because my memory is really bad.
I'm just thinking
Arden's
of.
memory is better than mine, but like, how do I roleplay that when mine is Swiss cheese? You know, like
I'm just thinking of Arden just like Animal Crossing pocket noise picking up Shudder and putting. All right,
and, like,
so
it's all- and
Shudder.
the thing is, for Arden, it's only been like a few, like what minutes at this point, like maybe half an hour at most between. Not even that. Let's be real. Between
Yeah.
but for me, it's been like
It's been like a month or two. It's
a
been
while.
a while.
So
Yeah. So
I
good
wrote it
thing
down.
that
I put it in my inventory so that I
Good thing
wouldn't
that
forget.
you remembered that, because I didn't remember that. Anyways, the party then kind of tumbled through the deep backstage. Some stuff happened. Art styles got all changed up. Charpay turned level 1. Eros has weird wild magic right now. Stuff is very weird right now. And the party found themselves falling into another kind of curtainy backstage area. Where there was this giant, beautiful glass mural of the party and kind of a representation of this whole play, but it kept cracking and breaking, and there was like a strange webbed hand trying to put it back together, but unfortunately it broke out into a literal plot hole, and the party got sucked into like this dark abyss. They were trying to fix everything, but it just generally seemed like everything was falling apart at the seams. Eventually Lily managed to break a wall in the plot hole and managed to make a plot hole in the plot. It's wild shit when you think about the metaphorical intent of everything, but you know, Lily managed to break out with the quarterstaff, and everyone started falling out into the deep backstage once again, but Eros had the great idea of, hey, that webbed hand, that's probably Cornelius. I'm gonna vortex warp him over here. And by the power of a nat 20... and by the power of me fucking up some rolls, to Cornelii, because this metaphor turned into chaos, two Cornelii were teleported to the location of Eros.
Cole, I
And-
do have to ask you something.
Uh-huh.
Would Cornelius fuck his clone?
I'm gonna say hard no as a man with morals.
Right.
But would he?
Wait,
My
wasn't
own
the-
morals.
Cornelius
Were the
is his
clones
heart
both
is
the
for
same
Hugo
age, or was
only.
one of them younger? For some reason, I thought one of them was like.
One of them.
One of them was-
Okay, this is
one of
unrelated
them's
to the,
lower level.
Cornelius.
Oh, okay.
One of them is
I thought
offstage Cornelius.
one was like from a year ago.
Yeah, one was from like. Okay, we're gonna get to that.
I'm talking in
Well,
reference
it's
to like
it's
an
been a
exact
while.
same
The
The
only
session-
reason
The session ended.
I remember that I had
Both
younger.
Cornelia
by-
are adults.
Both both Cornelia are indeed of legal age.
They're
This
both
is-
like 30.
Yeah, they're in their fucking
31.
30s. Okay, session ended with the party making a human chain to try and get Cornelius, but both Cornelii, which is the plural of Cornelius now, got stabbed by the Precipice, who didn't like this fuckery happening. So now there's a great struggle.
now the precipice is a cat
Uh,
boy.
Oh yes, at some point Eros wild magic fucked up and Polymorph got nat 1'd by the fucking Precipice. So, Catboy, human chain, Cornelii stabbed. That's where we left off. Much like this whole metaphor I've been doing of Cornelius losing control of the narrative, I too am there.
Okay.
But I'm making it work.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
It truly fucking is. Well, are we ready to begin after months of no D&D? Are we ready to return? All right.
Probably.
So let me start the ambiance as we get into Cursed Ones session 122. So many fucking sessions. Oh my god. All right.
Happy 3 years as well, I think.
Happy
Yeah.
3. Oh yeah, we actually missed the anniversary, but
In
happy
September.
Yeah, happy 3 years to Cursed Ones.
Jesus.
All right.
Wait, that is 3 years, right? I
Yeah.
think it's been that
We
long.
started in
Yeah.
Oh, I
2019.
just realized I've only
Yeah,
been
yeah.
here for like
A
since
year.
like June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Feels significantly longer.
Are we ready to begin? Let's go. One of the hardest things for the humanoid body to do is to hold on. Our bodies fight its very concept. We're not built to grapple, to strain. Hold on to something too heavy and we snap, we break and pull. Our bodies warn us, they sweat, they scream in pain. Given the opportunity to let go or hang on, it's natural to fall to the former, to take the plunge into the precipice below. The air sounds like pulsing static, with a heartbeat pounding in your heads. If we draw back, the scene is set as follows. A tangle of bodies twined into a rope. At the bottom is Lily, bandaged hands wrapped firmly around Arden's ankle, as her small arms reach up and around Charpay's bleeding calves. Charpay keeps a grip upon Hugo's coattails, her other arm wrapped firmly around his boot garter, palms bleeding a fiery red. And finally, Hugo's hand, shaking and white-knuckled, as they thread and twine into the holes of arrows and their cape of nets. Everyone suspended in a void of broken set pieces, paints, cardboard props, and puppets. Endless art styles enter a spiral like a whirlpool in the waves. There's strain on everyone's faces. Blood and sweat coagulate into a pungent odor. But all of that is overwhelmed by the sheer smell, the gaze, the image of the abyss. If this were a painting, it would be impossible to tell if this was the foreground or the background. It's the entire canvas of space around you. Behind you, in front of you, background, foreground, everywhere. The precipice. The Leviathan creature is built of tendrils. There's a fractal pattern to how they weave and flow, with curves and folds growing inexplicably from one another like endless winding branches or lightning strikes. Some twitch unnaturally, like antennae. Some fold and wriggle, as if there's something more encased beneath their thick, bloated surface. You see faces in the spirals where there are none. Lights inexplicably appear without a source. It smells like mold, sweat, the ocean water burning your lungs. Its outer layer is scratchy, as if covered in salt. It all folds in and out. All around, the eyes. Eyes, some of which you guys have seen in the mirror, or in your friends. The eyes that appear in your nightmares, that blur your vision, that steal your breath. You can look into these liminal eyes forever. One of them is so large, it just encompasses you, all and beyond. The other is in his chest. Cornelius. Both of him. It impales one to the other, an eye blinking through their torsos, gold dripping down and lubricating the unblinking iris. So the scene is set. Eros, you're currently the only one keeping direct hold onto stage Cornelius. The Cornelius from before, one not donned in the current eccentric kind of dress-like garb. They're in more of like a musketeer's outfit. They look pale, broken, kind of twitching there, unspoken. It seems as if they're near unconscious. But the one in front, the one that you're holding on to, is startlingly conscious. So you all just hang there, this liminal space. You may begin.
Well, I mean, I know Arden's plan is just to immediately start climbing up to grab directly under Cornelius.
All right.
And as someone with just, I mean, since I just have a climb speed, so.
All right. Very quickly, up the side of both Hugo, up side of Charpay, etc. Arden, you just kind of start crawling around, Warhammer attached firmly to your back as you start making your way up to the top.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just taking Lily with me.
Sure. With Lily kind of like strapped onto your back, the two of you guys start climbing up and around. Hugo kind of uses his muscle as best as possible to try and hoist you guys up as well. He looks down at you, Charpay, and because he's kind of currently, you're holding on to his like sock garter and coattails, and he's gonna reach his other arm down and kind of hoist you up, kind of like vaguely around the waist-ish, and is going to help kind of orient you a bit more onto his back and shoulders so that you can get up there a little bit further. And now all of you guys are kind of just surrounding the scene.
I have a knife. Can I stab it?
The precipice?
Yeah, the precipice. I'm gonna like reach up above both Cornelius's and just like stab at the tendril.
Wait. There's something we need to consider here, guys.
Yeah.
Both the person who has the dagger of yeet you to the astral plane, and the person who has the thing that then slices the cord. We have both of those. I don't know if that would do anything to the precipice, but like...
Charpay doesn't know that information right now, but if you tell her...
Oh, thank fuck.
No, I mean, this is something Arden would just be like,
Yeah.
Hey, Charpay.
But
Yeah?
I'm probably gonna say, though, that in this moment of silence, as you guys are all kind of being hoisted up to the top, Hugo is also going to try and, like, force himself through, and is just gonna look up and go, Cornelius? Everything's gonna be okay. He's just, like, staring, kind of glancing up and down between the form of the precipice and Cornelius.
So can I like hack at the tendril?
Do you want to try and attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna like pull myself up and like I have a knife and I'm just gonna like go at it.
Roll to hit.
And Arden is also holding on to Cornelius at this point.
Oh boy. Does my attack what bonus would I add to this?
What bonus would you add to the knife attack? That would, if you have proficiency in it, which I think bards do in daggers, that would be your
martial weapons, yes.
Yeah, proficiency plus dex then.
Oh, thank God. Okay,
Yes.
that would be 18 to hit.
You, while holding on with one grip, you kind of sink it as far as you can without it being uncomfortable into Cornelius' shoulder. You reach down with your other hand, take out the dagger, flip it around in your hand so that it's facing kind of downwards, and as you go to strike, time kind of freezes for a moment in your head. You're already winding down as Cornelius's body is... The first one, the one in front, is torqued to the side, revealing the one behind, the already limp, dangling one.
Did I stab Cornelius?
as you pull back, you realize that you have stabbed the one behind Stage Cornelius.
I knew he was there.
I mean, to be fair, that one seemed pretty dead.
Yeah.
Golden
Hey, I have
blood.
spare the dying.
You should spare him now, probably.
Yeah, you should probably spare him.
I just go, oh shit, and then I cast spare the dying.
You reach forward. This time, though, once again, like, kind of the way that the bodies were, like, moved a little bit, Cornelius, the one in front, is kind of moved once again to replace, that area, so, like, reaching behind would have to be in order, but I guess just in this moment, though, there's kind of just this, like, sense of waiting and such for you guys to make a move that matters. As Hugo once again just looks down, or looks up again, and just goes, okay, wait, before we do anything drastic, please,
Sorry.
Are you in there? Can you speak to us right now?
You
Just
said
anything?
Cornelius was conscious, right? Or
Yes.
one, at least one of them, I guess.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm blanking right now.
That's okay. That's completely okay. I guess just, like, to set
Sorry,
everything.
What did Hugo said? Say.
Hugo had basically just said, like, can you talk to us in any way? Like, are you there?
And this is Stage Cornelius, right?
Yes.
I'm trying my best to follow along. This is
Alright.
gone to a very interesting place.
I know, I'm sorry.
You're good. You don't have to apologize. I'm
Yeah.
apologizing for myself.
That's okay.
I guess he'll probably simply just say, like, yes, I'm here.
And this, all of where we are, and what's been happening, that's, did you do this?
I didn't let the show die.
Right. The show. And this is, all of your own shin, right? Not... Are you in pain right now?
No, I think we've determined that
Yeah.
Cornelius doesn't feel this
Not at all.
stuff, so... he just shakes his head no.
Hugo looks at the rest of you guys in just, like, it's obvious he's tense. This is probably... The Precipice is the creature that has probably traumatized Hugo the most. And he is just shaking right now. And he just goes... You know that this is not a show, right? The world isn't a show, right? Please tell me that you know that.
Is this a moment where I need to roll, or am I, like, too far gone right now?
You're too far gone.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to logic this in my head, because there's a very meta thing going on right now.
That's
with,
yeah, no, it's very,
that's
it's like
the
a
hard
show
part.
inside a show, and now we're in the backstage of the it's so complicated.
Can Charpay climb up while this is happening?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys
Please
are all
go,
here.
like,
You guys can all talk.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that she's just, like, clinging to
Okay,
Hugo's back
so
right now,
while
like
they're
a toddler.
talking, you know, he's got a thing through the middle of his chest, right?
Yes.
Can Arden just, like, reach out and, like, just try to push it? Like, just
The tentacle.
stop that?
Just like,
Oh, you're just
Stop
trying.
that?
Yeah, you can absolutely try. as you kind of like are reaching your hand forward and such, like Hugo is glancing at you, like he kind of like clamps his teeth
I'm gonna just
shut.
try and grab it. Like, just grab the end and then like push, you know?
The end is an eye. Is straight up an eye.
And? It hurts to be poked in the eye, but you know what? This bitch deserves it. So, like, poke?
You reach out and grab it.
Poke. Yeah, I mean, it's like grab, but like trying to push it the other, you know?
Right as your palm is covering up the eye, you see it go into like a cat-like slit down the center. Grab into it and begin attempting to
Just shove it. Just to see what happens, you know?
roll contested athletics with me.
Okay. Let me, wait, shoot. The thing. I don't know why I always grab out my dice bag and then I forget to actually get any dice out of it. It's fine. Go. Alright, well.
Okay. I got a
my
24.
modifier is for athletics.
A 24.
So I got a 13.
A 13
I'm not
versus
actually very good at athletics.
versus
so.
a 24. As
Yeah.
you start trying to push it back, you just can't even begin to move it. You actually start to feel your hand like bending backwards a bit, and it's to the point where like if it goes back any further, it's gonna start snapping.
Can I?
Okay, well, I mean that's fine. I mean, I'm just gonna start investigating it then. I'm just gonna like start poking at it.
Why are you? Eris?
Can I? Is there any like particularly big eyes near me?
There is just like the gigantic one behind Cornelius, and then like the one speared inside them.
Like define speared inside.
As in, there was a tendril, kind of like an anglerfish head, that was sturdy and strong enough to pierce through 2 layers of skin, and now it has drawn back enough so that there is just an eye in the middle of the chest.
Okay, but that is still Cornelius's chest.
That is still the Cornelii's chest.
What's left
Okay.
of it, I guess.
What's left of it? Number of times Cornelius has been stabbed through the chest is like 20,000 at this point.
God.
Can I reach out and see if I can touch that, or does it close?
You can reach it. That's the same one that Arden reached,
It's
the
poking.
chest
Yeah.
one. But you can just kind of like poke at it. I'm gonna
So it
say
closes,
We
right?
all push on it at the same time.
we
It
all
closes, right?
put our
I just need you to know that Arden's sense of danger is maybe a little underdeveloped, and also there's a giant eye. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't she's gonna
But
poke at it?
the
I
eye
mean, it's-
closes, right?
it doesn't have a lid. It stays
no,
open.
it just went to a slit. Arden's basically just shoved her hand onto the
Oh.
eye, just directly. As far as I
As-
can tell, it's just directly on.
As
the eye,
everyone
or
is
did
beginning-
the flesh close.
As everyone is beginning to touch at this,
We're all just like, what if we poked it?
what if
Can
we
I-
poked the eye
Can I
Surely
cast
there's
mending
no
on the slit?
consequences.
on the slit? Oh no, the slit is like the eyes that were previously like
Like
the
a-
pupil that was kind of large and such. It turned into like a cat's eye.
I mean, yeah, but like that's still an eye. It still has a hole in it where you need
does-
the light to go through.
So
I
you're
don't know
trying.
if that's how I described the pupil, but
I mean, it is a hole. Like your iris is like a fucking camera.
yeah, I
down.
mean, if you could stick your hand through the like fleshy outside of
is-
the eye, then yeah, there is just a hole there. I
It's
guess.
very solid. You'd have to like roll to hit and such. But I will
Okay,
say,
I'll
as
roll.
all as all of this
Feel this
touching,
man's eyes shut.
as all of this touching is happening, what you guys aren't fully noticing is the way that the fabrics, both Cornelius's outfits, are kind of beginning to intertwine and thread together. They're kind of being pulled closer as this is happening. And as all this pressure is kind of building up, Cornelius, you feel a rise of something in your chest that I will describe as just the weight of how much these people have ruined your production. The
Okay.
feeling that as you look back kind of in your brain, like the more that they start pushing on this and they keep giving that like push to you, that perhaps this entire time the reason your show has been imperfect has been because they're not following what you're trying to do.
Honestly, if that's what he's starting to feel, he'll
no,
probably just let out like a, please, let me have this.
I stop. You want an eye on your chest?
You know that's not what this is about.
Then what is this all about to begin with? This show, what is it for us? Is it for you? What have you been trying to do here? Because whatever it is, it's not working.
And
We
in
just
all
want
honesty,
you.
you never told us what it was you wanted to do in the first place.
But
You just
on the
kind of...
show, this is what I do. I'm an actor.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not an actor, and you didn't give me a script or any notes on what I was supposed to be doing in the various scenes or anything like that. So I don't really understand what you're trying to do here.
Why?
I mean, if you really were running a stage show, I mean, I know enough about stage shows to know that there's, you know, guidance, directing, a script.
Why do you act?
Because I enjoy it.
Are you enjoying this?
Been trying, but I've put a lot of my time into this.
Alright, where do we go from here then?
I can hardly remember where we left off.
We left off in the doll room.
Yeah.
I don't remember where that is in the story.
Honestly, I feel like Cornelius, your head is just so jumbled at this point as well, with like all of the inaccuracies, that all you can even hyper focus on is every single moment, like every single little moment that something didn't go right. And in your head, you don't know how to salvage this at this point.
I think that Cornelius in this moment is just trying to find more of a peace, I suppose. At this point, with how much he's tried, he's probably just like, if you guys don't want to be a part of this, please feel free. I'll let you go.
But we want you, Cornelius. We still want to help you.
I'm fine.
I mean, if you wanted, I mean, I feel like the show hasn't really been bad. It's just been more improv, mostly because none of us had a script. And I mean, maybe that means it's not, you know, exactly accurate to what you wanted, or, well, I mean, I think maybe this is supposed to be a historical account, and I was going to say maybe not accurate to history, but I think what you had planned maybe also wasn't exactly accurate to history. So ultimately, I mean, a little bit of a free spirit, an improv show. I mean, that's a thing. People go to improv shows. It's maybe it ends up with your play being a little bit more of a comedy than you intended, but there's lots of plays that are like that and are still really good. So
Yeah, no, it's still a really good show. I mean, obviously it's not like, it's not perfect or anything, but like what's gonna be perfect? You know? Like we've all had a really good time, right?
I mean, yeah, if you take out all the near death and murder and stuff, then yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah. So you know, we had a good time. It was a good show. So maybe you can just, you know, end it here and come with us.
I mean, honestly, the set design was amazing. I feel like
no,
if you
there
ended
was
here, you
there
probably get a
was
standing O, assuming there were an audience. I'm not really
exactly.
sure if
You
there's
know,
an audience here other than us.
it doesn't even have to be perfect or anything. You know, it's
No.
just, you know, this is a really good place to end it and come home. I think.
I don't think you guys realize this is where I belong. I cannot let this go unresolved.
Well,
Well-
I mean, the real life story isn't resolved either. I mean, you can think of it as like it's like if you write a series of books, you know? If you read the first book in a trilogy, well, sure, a lot of stuff gets resolved, but not literally everything. And I feel like we've resolved a fair number of plot threads here. Actually, this story is like pretty primed to be a series.
None of you are understanding. None of you understand the extent that I've gone. None of you understand how much is going on here. But I can't just leave.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess I'm obligated to be here.
You don't have to leave. You could just come with us. And it sounds like the same thing, but you play with words. You're an artist. You know that it's not.
Can Charpay do something here?
Yes.
Could she, I guess you tell me if there's like twisty things going on, that she's gonna try to walk past Stage Cornelius towards the young Cornelius. Younger, D-leveled.
I'm gonna say that you can. As you approach, I would like you to roll investigation.
Ooh.
I also forgot to add the Charpay level 1 slide, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that right
That's
now.
okay. I think I fucked it up. What's
God,
my
that's right.
investigation at level 1?
Actually, it's
Okay,
insight.
It's a 7. Oh, insight. Well, that's
Yeah.
worse.
No.
Now
What
it's a
the fuck
2.
am I saying? Passive perception. That's what I need. Fuck.
Oh,
I haven't played
okay.
D&D in way
Well,
too
that's-
long.
That works for me. Now it's a 12.
Okay, a 12. That'll be enough. I'm just gonna really quickly put in your new slide before I continue on with this. Yay, everyone gets to see the updated level 1 Charpay art.
Great.
The layers to this is so funny. You are helped a bit by Hugo here, who kind of shoulders you off and such, and you're going to have to probably crawl up the side of Eros and such. I don't know if any of you guys would make too much of a note of what Charpay is doing.
I would like Shift to help her up, I guess.
Yeah, so with a little bit of help and push, you find yourself crawling no longer up the side of the rest of your party, but up the tendrils around you. And you kind of manage to situate yourself. The glaring, glowing eye right behind this whole scene glances to you for a moment. You almost notice that it, like, pricks to the side, almost is staring at you inquisitively. As you manage to kind of, like, peer around to the side, you notice the way that the Cornelius from behind, see the way that their flesh is fusing and stringing in front of you. The way that they are slowly vanishing. Head is kind of torqued to the side. Eyes open. Blue eyes. Eyes that you know, but pretty much everyone else here hasn't even had the opportunity to see behind Stage Cornelius. This is all pretty much everyone else here has ever known. You don't know this Cornelius in front, but when you go to the back and you peer around, you see the remnants of a Cornelius that you know. Someone that, for years, was never bothered with making anything perfect as long as it could be. An expression of what he cared about. Escaping Albuquerque was an expression that he could be free, make stories, to not fall to the perfect standards of Albuquerque. That's what you see. but it's fading fast.
I know he's still like melding, but just like kind of in an attempt to like I guess help him along, Charpay is gonna try to hold his hand. I'll be honest, I don't know what's going on. I don't remember what's happened. I don't know what happened to me, but I know this Cornelius. I think that you've hurt him. Why did you hurt him?
Who are you referring to here?
She's saying it in the direction of Stage Cornelius, but kind of, you know, to the precipice.
I would say
asked-
Cornelius probably doesn't, know that that
You
would
had
be
a perfectly
referring.
good actor, and you gave him anxiety.
So true.
To that, I would ask the same of you all. What did you do? Cornelius, isn't it insulting? For this entire production, all they've done is try to tear through your vision. And now, like a bunch of yes men groveling at your feet, an echo chamber. We love you, you're hurt, you're wrong. They're trying to keep you from
Love
this.
is a little strong. I don't know this guy that well.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do the complete opposite of what Arden's doing. I'm like, can I scrabble at his jacket? And I'm gonna try to start singing loud enough that that he can't hear the precipice.
She's just kind of insulted on like multiple levels here. Like she's like,
Yeah.
she kind of says, she's like, I have been trying, with honestly not all that much assistance. I mean, obviously we have the rest of the people here, but like, we did not have a stage play or a script or any idea of where you were going with any of this. Also, people kept literally dying, but again, putting that one to the side for now. And also, like, I just appreciate that you're willing to put in the time and effort to put together something for people. I mean, obviously, it's not necessarily directed at me because you don't know me that well, I don't think. But like that you were willing to put in the time and effort is something I can respect, even if I'm not 100% sure what the heck the end goal was supposed to be in the first place, because you never told us at all whatsoever.
I am just singing right in this man's face.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll contested
Go, Arrows,
persuasion.
go.
Contested persuasion with me. To see if just like you outmatch this fucking elder god by screaming loud enough.
Yeah. It's
Heck
a,
yeah,
it's a good
go.
Alright. And to be
Go.
fair, it's not like screaming. It's like I'm trying to artist-to-artist communication.
Artist to artist, sing with me.
Yeah, like tired and worn from the patterns I've carved. I will do better in the morning. That song, you know?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, roll
okay,
that
what is
persuasion.
persuasion?
I got a 21.
Persuasion? Well, good news, I got a 23.
Hey, yeah.
Aha.
How am I gonna do this? How?
Can I say while this is happening, like just like in the moment of silence from the precipice, Charpay turns just like, by the way, who are you?
Honestly, I feel like Cornelius, I feel like you're getting overstimulated right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Singing in your face, there's like a bunch of people talking at once, a bunch of concepts that you can hardly keep up with right now. You're kind of just like,
Arden's yelling at the precipice.
yeah, there's yelling at the precipice, there's singing right at you. Charpay is talking to someone, like, how do you like react to just all of this happening at once? What is going on through his head right now?
Can I DM you a question
You
specifically,
may.
I guess. Alright.
If we scream loud enough, we can radicalize
It
Cornelius.
worked for the Hydra.
If
You
we
know-
just yell, it'll work.
Sometimes
I'm just saying, you ever
just
hear a
gotta
cat who
be
hasn't
like,
been fed?
"Hey,
That thing has
hey,
lungs.
giant just guy that keeps on dissing my skills. Stop that. Stop that. Don't be doing that. Rude and
Okay.
uncalled for."
So I think in this moment, I think Cornelius, while hearing everything, you can kind of see on his face it's becoming way too much. And I'm gonna say the whole area just goes dark. And then, like stage lights, it comes back, and Cornelius is gone.
And much like that, the precipice as well is gone. And everything suddenly just quiet. It was all overwhelming noise, but in just an instant, it's gone.
I start screaming because I'm in free fall now.
You're not. To start a
How?
good story, you need a good hook. And you suddenly find yourselves on a wooden floor. In a it stretches out from the darkness. You're no longer hanging in the void, but something is different. For most of you, it is. You realize that when the lights go out and they turn back on, you're on a stage again. And around you are a few people missing. Lily, Benny, Ryder is here. And, question?
Does Cornelius have to roll the wild magic save?
To do... Wait, for what?
Yes, the what?
For the wild magic save? Like, isn't it like whenever something like
Does
happens
Matt...
or?
No,
Whenever
that's
a spell is
that's just for Eros. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because Eros has a different art style right now. That's the...
Oh.
Turning
Yeah,
everyone
that-
into
Cool.
cat boys.
That's a fuck you life bing bong moment right there.
I was just curious.
And the vibe in the air is suddenly very different. That's the best way I can even describe it. As you guys are all just in kind of a circle, back to back to back. And,
Are we saying writers here?
yeah, Ryder's here.
Okay.
Ryder, you have been falling in space for the last couple of like 30 minutes or so. You don't know where the fuck
Big
you are.
oof.
But suddenly you guys are all together in just this dark stage. There are no lights on just yet.
I'm so confused. You can just do that?
Sure is
I-
dark in here. I think maybe now we need to put in our all to a proper improv show this time.
That's
Although
really
to be
what
fair,
you
this is
want to
also
do
the first
after
time
all
I've really
this?
done improv, so maybe not.
Who are you?
Oh,
It's a writer.
hi, nice to meet you.
No, it's a writer.
I'm writer.
Hi. I'm
I
sorry
think I
if I'm
missed
supposed
something.
to know you. Something bad happened.
Hey, we saved Walter, right?
Yes, Walter.
Okay.
Well,
I just
that-
had to make sure.
Yeah,
of that.
no. That's actually
Yeah.
where Ryder went, because basically I had it so that he got yoinked up in the marionette room while trying to save
Okay,
Walter, and the both of
okay.
them vanished.
Got it.
Right, to put things simply, fourth wall broke, there was an entire sort of realm that we got sucked in. Charpay came out a year younger, dermatologists hate her. I came out with a different art style.
I
Who
think
was
you and I
that?
have different definitions of simple.
Did I say it was simple?
Yeah, you said a simple explanation.
My bad. It's simple on the surface, but actually a
Mhm.
fucking nightmare.
It's as simple as it's gonna get, I think. Who was that? Who was the disembodied voice coming from the tentacle monster?
Oh, I think that thing's called the Precipice, right?
Oh
I-
shit, is that the thing that Lily's eye shares?
No, Lily's eye is the prophecy. I think.
Yeah,
Right.
I haven't had much experience with these
This
things
whole
either.
this whole group has no fucking idea who any of these bitches are. Just elder gods.
I mean, I've heard
So, like-
talk.
So like, is there
Obviously.
is there an elder god called Penis?
What?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, they do all start with P.
Why would?
And they are all pricks, so I mean...
Got
How
it.
old are you guys?
I'm 14.
Okay.
I'm 22.
You're 14?
Yep.
I'm like 26.
You're 26?
And according
Yeah, hi.
to many people that have met me, I am the most terrifying 14-year-old they've ever met, which I
Ryder,
consider a compliment.
Hold on, Ryder, how old are
Sure
you?
that's not a high bar to cross.
Ryder, how old are you?
I gotta double check.
Just a fucking white.
He's counting on his fingers. He can't see it.
1 second.
I'm 37.
Oh! I'm the oldest here. Oh, gods.
Don't feel too bad about it.
Okay. That's
Just
not
means
even the
you have
point
more
here.
experience.
Okay. So this is bad. And now Cornelius is gone. We almost had it. It's fine, it's fine. We just gotta find him again, and then maybe this time, if we just get him away from that thing, then maybe we could just talk to him or something. I don't know at this point, but
I mean,
Do I still
I
have
mean,
the
it might- I'm
do I still have
hoping
the
it's-
glass shards in my bag?
yeah, you do.
Cool.
What
I'm
did
gonna
you
just
say?
start-
Oh, Arden's gonna gesture for everyone to like kind of come in really close, and then she's gonna start like whispering. She's gonna be like, "Hey, Ryder, do you still have the the knife that
Right.
eats people out of their body?"
Ryder is just sort of standing there because he didn't
yeah.
see you gesture.
No. Arden, like when I say gesture, I mean like tap. you
Oh,
or
like
something,
pulls him.
Yeah.
yeah, like pulling everyone in. Gesture, metaphorically speaking, I guess. But
That wasn't mine.
who was it that had that?
I don't know who got that.
It was Charpay that she doesn't know this information.
Oh, okay.
There's a what?
Arden's gonna be. There's a knife somewhere around here that eats people out of their bodies. Like
What is a
like
yeet?
just yeets them. Young people slang. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
I have a lot of things and I don't know what any of them do. So do you want to
Okay, well-
have a look?
Sure, I'll look, and then Arden.
God, I feel
I mean,
old now.
she's
Is this
seen
how
these
you feel,
before,
Ryder?
so
Yeah.
It's more
Arden's like,
thrown off
look.
by the
I mean, I
penis
don't
thing.
know for sure if this will work, but theoretically, we might be able to heat the precipice out of its own body, then sever its astral cord and leave it in the astral plane forever. I don't know if that'll actually fix anything, but it's something we could maybe theoretically do.
Even if we can just get that thing away from Cornelius long enough to get through to him, that should be enough. Because we've snapped him out of it before. It's his curse that does this to him, and that thing controls his curse. I don't even know if we can snap him out of it when he's with it.
I can't say it's the most promising idea to trap a god, but
Look, I just think it's one of our options. We need to keep an eye on all of our options and know what they all are, so that we're prepared.
You guys want me to find Cornelius? I have spells still.
Oh.
If you could do
To
that,
just like locate
that-
his coat.
if you could do that, that would be excellent. And then maybe we
Cool.
can try that, and I don't know, maybe if he's just nearby, we could try to use that
Maybe-
knife, we could try to get him out.
Arden's gonna like open her bag and be like, "Hey, Shutter."
Fuck, I forgot.
again,
It's so musty in here. Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry, but let me tell you, definitely better than being on the outside.
There's a person in there?
Yeah, it's Shutter. Remember from earlier?
No.
I think so at some. I think at
Oh,
some
right.
point
Yeah, sorry.
I might have hit my head and got knocked out. To be honest,
Oh.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
need healing? I can
Yeah, we did get kind of like, I don't
I
know how to
should-
describe it other than just put into like a time-space blender. So,
I should be fine. What's up? What's going on?
I guess I was just wondering if you know, like, is there like a place Cornelius tends to go to like hide away, or I mean, you were in the backstage. I guess you don't really know much about
I'm-
it, but if you know anything about how to get around.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly know what this thing is. The reason I attacked you guys to begin with is because I thought that you convinced him to do this, but obviously that's not the truth. I don't know exactly where we are or what the deal with this place is, other than I think he controls it in some way. And the problem with that is that it probably means that if you guys get close enough, you need to find a way to stop him from just leaving. That's the hard part.
Mm.
I don't know exactly where he goes. I mean, sometimes even before we got back to this weird place, he would just vanish for long periods of time, come back strangely cheerful about the production, but never really any room I can think of per se. Just go backstage, go down a hallway or two, and then, I mean, you could try to follow him, but you'd never really find him.
Could you get us to the This is a terrible idea. Could you get us to like the weird fourth wall break area again?
I don't
I have a proposition.
quite know where we are. And what's the preposition?
So you're saying this type of area is something that's been manifested in a sort of way, right?
That's my best guesstimate. Quite frankly.
Okay. Well, I've dealt with a lot of dead zones in the Outlands, and the way you escape from there is sort of finding a key out. Do you think there might be a center a lot of all of this? Some place where this all spans out from?
Surely there'd have to be. But if it was manifested from someone, would that not make them the center?
I don't know the extent of this magic.
Neither do I.
Didn't it turn out that you were the key for the last? Sorry, it's been a long time. I'm trying to remember
Yeah.
because it's not been that long for Arden. It was Ryder that was the key for the last thing, right?
Yeah.
So Arden's gonna be like, well, wasn't it you that was the key for the last dead zone we were in? The one with the, the thing.
Yeah,
that
I
was
guess that's
recent, wasn't it?
true. Ah,
You know,
I
if there's a
guess-
key, it'll probably be. And I point to Hugo. You guys have rings, right?
Yes, yeah. We have yeah. It was right before he ran away, actually. I went to go get him one, and about the last conversation I had with him before he ran away, and I suppose started this.
Oh, I'm sorry. That
No, it's fine. It's alright. I can
So
Yeah.
I don't know what we do with keys, but that's probably a big factor. I can point to Cornelius. Is that a thing we should do, or do we want to like sit here, plan a little longer, maybe take a nap for a while?
I mean, to me, the question is, how do we get to someone who can change things at his will?
I mean,
Can I roll to try to change things at my will? It's all magic, right?
What are you-
Manifest my own
what-
world.
What are you trying to change, I suppose? What do you want to do?
I'm trying to think of something that would be that's a reasonable. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna summon an avocado.
God damn it. I knew it was going to come back somehow. Roll Arcana.
Okay.
Whee!
Okay. Do I Arcana? Ooh. That is gonna be a 15.
15. You guys hear something. Distance. Help!
Yeah.
Somebody help, please! Can anyone hear me? I need help, please!
well, Arden is immediately herring off in that direction.
Yep. So is Eros.
You guys quickly shoot up from your circle and start racing towards that area.
And
But
I'm
as
the
you
fastest
walk-
motherfucker alive.
As you walk, the floorboards aren't moving with your feet. You're running in place almost. And you guys just hear, please, somebody help me. I need I need a hero! And
Oh, is this gonna
suddenly,
be a song?
you've all
Sick.
drawn your weapons. You don't know when your feet moved, but lights begin to shine from below on a lighting rig that isn't there. Fire surrounds you all in a display of sparklers that crack embers into the sky. From the abyss above, banners unfurl from the sky, Yashunian tapestries of all colors and rainbow and glowing ink that illuminates. The stage is bathed in gold from below, and lit from above in fog and glitter and red. And the world begins to spin around you all. In a moment of heroism, there's a sudden surge through you all. As you see writhing tendrils in the distance for just a moment, you feel the pounding of adventure surging through your bones, your sturdy grip on your weapons. You guys heal back to full hit points. Take a 1d10 bardic
Yay.
inspiration, and please,
Wow.
roll for initiative.
Woo!
I'm so
Up from 50
confused.
to 137 hit points.
You
guys should
I got
be
an
confused.
18.
All right, put them in initiative, please.
Oh, there's
Where's my
initiative?
writer dice?
It's been
There.
so long.
Yeah, there's an initiative channel.
Where did I set the thing down? There it is.
I don't like going first in initiative. Why do I roll high?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my rice.
Go get your rice.
15
There we go.
plus 5.
All right, 22 in initiative. I believe then you're going to start us off. Dirty 20?
Okay.
Okay. So, Ryder, you are starting us off in initiative. Currently,
Well,
you're on a blank stage, completely
Okay.
flat, stretches out into pretty much nothingness. I mean, obviously, you can't see the scene around you.
yeah.
What you can hear is a snarling in the distance, a low groaning noise from probably to your left, a good while away, probably about 100 or so feet, as you can guess. And that's about all
I
you can
think-
tell.
Ryder will probably, haven't gotten to do this in a while, put on his goggles, and kind of see if there is actually anything around here.
As you look around, you are struck with just an overwhelming glow around you. It is completely overstimulating as it just surrounds you. There are just... It's not a bunch of souls. You've been surrounded by a bunch before. There is one just gigantic glow around everything. One giant
Okay.
force surrounding everything around you. But you can also pinpoint one in the distance. Crackles with instability. It seems violent.
Okay.
And it's where the
I
snarls
think-
come from.
I think this is probably a lot, so he's probably gonna, like, put down the goggles, see this, and just, nope. So
None of
he's ready to rely on his hearing.
All right.
So I guess Ryder's gonna first try and pinpoint the location using his hearing.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll investigation for me.
All right.
Oh shoot, I'm completely cast in darkness.
Investigation. Not something I'm great at. That's a 12.
That's a 12.
Yep.
It's enough to get you in the general vicinity. You can tell the growling is coming from the pretty much exact same place that the screams came from just a moment before. And it's where that small soul was. So I'd say that honestly, with all that information, you can pinpoint where you're shooting, which is 100 feet from here to your left.
Are we
Okay.
gonna have to cut somebody out of this
Uh,
thing's stomach?
I forgot I have my new gun.
Yeah.
I don't have the info for that on me.
Oh no! I don't
Um,
know if I have it directly on hand either.
Okay. Well, I'd have to like go searching through our DMs because I think that's where you posted it.
Mhm.
So for now, I think you say it's 100 feet away
100 feet away to your left.
to my left. Okay. So I believe 100 feet away. How much movement speed do I have?
Oh, thank you for the gift sub, Adventures in Zin.
I can move 35 feet.
35 feet.
And I don't think that's gonna get me much closer. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Wait. Okay, 100 feet away. I'm trying to process. You know what? I think okay. Sorry, I'm learning guns.
That's okay. We've been away from
It
D&D
really do
for
be like
so
that,
long.
huh?
Sometimes you just have to investigate your gun, look at your gun, stroke your
Crap.
gun. That's all.
Pascal, why didn't you write these things down? What does enchanted with shadow mean?
Enchanted.
Shadow the
Pascal.
Hedgehog?
Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh. It's enchanted with Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That was
I remember.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I do too. I can look it up for you if you need me to, because I think I would have it on hand quicker than you could get.
I doubt.
I feel like there was
I
some
doubt-
document you sent us that had like the information on a minute or something.
Yeah,
Or maybe
I'm-
not.
I
Maybe
doubt
that
it's
was just on
going to
stuff
be
we
that
could buy.
useful for this right now. So I think instead, how much damage did these do?
Send them to eBay.
I think I'm just gonna use the yeah, I'm just gonna use the flintlock that I have.
The flintlock?
And
Got it.
shoot with that. Yep.
Okay, cool. The flintlock pistol. I am going to say that, yeah. What's, just roll to hit. Roll to hit.
Yep. Alright. Okay, so what? That'd be definitely proficient, that's for sure.
Mhm.
So Dex plus proficiency.
Yes.
So that's gonna be 25.
25, that absolutely hits. So, immediately, in this surge of adrenaline, Ryder, you spin around and such, pull out your which gun was it again, sorry?
The flintlock.
The flintlock. Quickly pull out
It's
a pistol.
probably more, yeah. I'll probably just fiddle around with his keys and, after pinpointing, just take it and, point in a general direction, especially since he knows that this shoots like firecrackers. So
Yeah.
he's just gonna hope and pray that this lands.
All right, and you pop it up, and it goes flying off into the distance. And considering that this is a firecracker, you see as it begins to leave a trail of spark in the distance. This is going for everyone else, not for Ryder, because Ryder can't see.
I can't see.
You guys see as the firecrackers kind of spit out into the distance and land right in the distance, where you guys hear like a. What is the damage on that?
Thank you that I do add my dex to this, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Just
Which
yeah.
means it's gonna be a 6 because I rolled a 1, so.
That's okay. And you guys see as there's a explosion off in the distance, just a small one, but it actually illuminates like a broken kind of ribcage. It illuminates whatever this creature is in the distance from inside. And you guys can see like these kind of strange warped bones and such, long extended hands that kind of come into like strange like bent points at the end, kind of like this, that kind of hang lower than they normally should. There's clearly a creature in the distance. And most evidently by this, a beak is lit up from the inside as you see it beginning to hobble towards you all, injured, but hobbling.
I definitely hear that, like, I hit, right?
Yes, you do hear that you hit.
Okay, then I think after that, let me make sure there's nothing else I want to do.
As you hit as well, there is like a pulse and such in the lighting, and more of those like sparklers kind of begin shooting up from the sides of the stage, just to kind of amp up that hit just a little bit more.
Alright, I think then he's just going to, after realizing he's got the aim right, he's gonna cock it right back and take a couple more shots.
All right, roll to hit.
So second one is going to be 15.
15, that just hits.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll for the third one. 14, so I'm going to assume it does.
That one does not hit. So the 15 hits. I would like everyone who can see, actually, who was there for this? Yeah, I would like Eros and Arden to roll in perception here to see what is being lit up in the distance. But yeah, Ryder, what's the damage?
I will say that once he does have the idea, he takes that second shot with a much clearer understanding of where this enemy, presumably an enemy, is.
Got a 21 for perception.
And so
I got a 25. Put it in rolls.
that one. Oh, sorry.
With much more precision than last time, you very confidently this time cock your gun again and send off another round. that kind of like as the gun jolts up, there's a small delay as it goes shooting forwards. And once again, it just illuminates that whole scene as more kind of like flaming embers shoot up from the side of the stage. This time even higher, kind of like hyping you up with every single hit that you get. There's a spotlight cast down on Ryder at this point, and as that second shot hits, and that scene is illuminated in front of you, Arden, what did you get for that perception?
25.
25 and then a 22. The creature that you guys see snarling, being lit up by these fireworks, is none other than Frou Frou, the beloved
it is
cursed
Frou Frou.
beast.
I do have to head out now.
All right, sounds good. Take care and have a great day.
Bye.
Yeah. So you see Frou Frou recoil back in pain and snarling, shaking their head, just like a large wound, now dripping from like their kind of chest hole, dripping onto the ground, and they're just like
Frou Frou, no!
As Arden shouts that out, I'd say that probably makes Ryder fumble a little bit, like
Well, Yeah,
on
no,
that-
I was gonna
just-
say that if he hears that they are worried about this thing that is being shot,
Oh no.
he probably does question, like, oh crap, what am I shooting? And so that does throw him off, and so after the 14 damage from the second shot, I will say he definitely loses his aim with the third one.
And the next one, it just flies completely past Frou Frou and explodes behind, and this time you do get like a full illuminated picture of your friend, the cursed beast, Frou Frou. Alright, and is that Ryder's turn?
I believe so.
Ryder voice, oh shit.
yeah, okay.
Alright, so that's gonna bring us to Arden.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try and run up to Frou Frou.
Alright.
Because I think I still have the healing hands. Maybe I don't remember if I used it or not, and I don't know.
I believe that
Might
you do.
have?
I will let you
okay.
use it just because, like, it's been so long. I
If I used it,
haven't-
it was a while ago now.
Yeah, like it's a faded memory at this point.
Yeah,
I will
usually
just allow you to
I
do it.
my character sheet, but I can't remember if I remembered to like take it off when I use it or not. So, well,
Wonderful.
anyway, Arden will run up to Frou Frou, and if she can, she's gonna like healing hand him and try and calm him down, I guess.
Are you bonus action like dashing? Because 100 feet away.
How far away? 100 feet? Then yeah. I mean, I might
Okay,
as well.
cool. So very
Only
quickly,
takes
like
one key
once
point, and I have
Ryder
a whole lot of those. That I
once
haven't been
Ryder like
using.
pulls that shot back and such and stands in like this moment of ooh, that might not be good, you quickly make a dash forward, just like rushing past Ryder and everyone else. A spotlight shines down on you, but the further that you get into the distance, the more it kind of struggles to follow you, and it starts flickering.
I'm so fast. I'm faster than the lighting. It's
It
okay if it starts to flicker. Would it be okay if I used light on something, just like
Yeah,
so that
honestly,
I have light on me still, like as
I'd
part
say-
of the?
I'd say that
aesthetic
you could
or
like
whatever?
absolutely like tap the back and like light up your what is it, your warhammer, just so that
Yeah,
like you
sure.
still have light illuminating on you.
Yeah, I'll be
as
like, you know what? We're gonna clearly this is going for stage play vibes. If they're having trouble lighting me from
Yeah.
up there, then I got this. I got
right
this.
as you outrun the lighting fixture, you tap your back and illuminate outwards, and you slide
So
to
it's
a
all
stop
good.
right next to Frou Frou, who very quickly just
I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just if you let me touch you, then I can heal you or make you feel better. And then Arden will just approach like really slowly.
roll. I hate saying this because I don't like to refer to the cursed beasts as animals, but roll animal handling for me. Yes, for those watching, we play initiative in this campaign very laissez-faire on what can and can't be done, just for the sake of narrative.
And I rolled a nat 20.
How how do you approach and how do you go about this? Like what?
Well, I mean,
What's
you know,
the
she doesn't.
scene?
She's not holding any weapons in her hands, so she just kind of holds her hands out in front of her because it's touch based anyway. So she's gonna kind of hold her hands out in front of her and just like kind of walk like, you know, the last however many feet, 5 feet or so, like really slowly, like kind of like, you know, hands up, and then just like kind of gently touch Frou Frou on whatever part of him's closest to her, and then the healing hands will heal him for 16 damage. Because it's
You
equal to my level, so.
You just gently touch the shoulder of the beast, kind of do a little tiny bit of a thumb rub, and instantly you feel like all that tension building in their body just drops in an instant as some of the blood, like thick ink black, dribbles from their beak. They quickly like cough out the rest of it and like and as their wounds begin to quickly seal up around them, a glow shimmers down their body. Defeatedly, exhaustedly, they kind of melt into your touch and like rub into your hand. Just a little
I
bit.
will pet them like a cat.
And they just
Sounds about right.
sit down quietly. We are out of initiative.
Woo!
Easy as that.
That was fast.
Yep.
That was fast. Ah, the power of friendship.
Where is Charpay right now? I was imagining she's kind of like next to Ryder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so do we know Frou Frou? Is that what just happened?
I don't think
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, we-
Yeah,
when-
Ryder and like young Charpay was not there for the taming of this cursed beast.
Arden's just like, yeah, we met Frou Frou earlier. We were having a battle of the bands. And Frou Frou, how do I put this? Frou Frou's human spirit, alter ego, whatever you want to call that, like projected out of his body and then did a sick guitar solo. And I got the feeling that I guess maybe not Ryder, but some of you had met Frou Frou before in like some past kind of adventure of some sort. So
I believe
yeah,
you.
which by the way, because I realized I don't know, I mean maybe Ryder knows, but I don't know if you know this, Charpay. But the cursed beasts were people at one point. I think we should just get that out of the way like as soon as possible.
Did not
just-
know that.
Yeah. So figured it was good to get that out of the way. Just,
Sounds like a spoiler for
quickly
the
as
next few
possible.
months of my life.
I mean, yeah, probably, but I mean, you got the
okay.
time skip ahead. I mean,
All right.
get straight to the reveal.
I should get something for being here.
Yeah.
Hi, Frou Frou. Hi.
So what do we
This-
do with it?
I'm just imagining Shutter like.
Did we? do
Did
the
Shutter
scene?
know that cursed beasts were people before this?
Yeah, Shutter's just going,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my god,
been a shock to a lot of
Lancelot,
people.
you fucking dick.
Yeah, he is kind of a dick.
Oh, I am so sorry, Frou Frou. Okay, yeah, no. New thing I'm making? Clothes. Clothes tailored for a handsome boy. Okay, yeah.
Don't you guys have the cure for this?
Do we?
Beats me.
Who's been holding that? Because we've had it for so
Literally
long
both.
and no
Penny.
one's used it.
it's fucking, it's. I think it's Lily or Charpay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, I
don't think
didn't
it's
know
me.
such a thing existed, so.
I thought
I
Benny had
only
it.
remember
That
the one time.
Or you guys
Where?
use them and you need to call up Veldrin to get another batch because he had
No,
one
I
extra.
I
No, we
specifically
definitely didn't
remember
use them.
we encountered a cursed beast and people were like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's either Charpay, Benny, or Lily.
So we definitely still have some.
We have that? Arden's just like,
Last I heard.
sure. Oh, well,
Arden.
that's good news.
Next to you, You start to hear a dribbling sound on the ground
Basketball?
as foam just starts pouring from Frou-Frou's mouth.
Well, that's not a good sign. I'm not actually a doctor. I don't know what to do here.
They
I'd
start
be a terrible surgeon.
they start backing up from you in fear.
I mean, we won't give you anything you don't want.
As they start backing up, you realize that they're looking above you.
Oh. Yeah, that checks out.
And they very quickly turn heel, run off into the darkness.
Yeah, that's the sensible option. Good deal.
A golden light shines from behind you all.
This bitch again.
Wasn't there just a plan to perhaps finally play along? To
Was that
actually
not...
do something to, I
What-
don't know, perhaps
Was that not...
help Cornelius in his narrative?
Wait, but was that not the narrative?
All you do
Is-
is tear through this plot, this performance, destroy props and hours of preparation, complain endlessly of inaccuracies, whine and whine of how you deserve perfection, whilst breaking what is perfect down to shattered glass pieces. You should know this especially, Charpay. Didn't this just happen to you in that mind of yours? The moment where the heroes come together? The perfect opening. You were just given a shot to try again. Every attempt that he makes to cauterize and seal these wounds and holes, you all just grab that knife, dig it deeper and deeper.
Arden is gonna interrupt and just say, was that... I mean, but I thought that was a great narrative, wasn't it? Isn't it
I
like the
also
power
thought
of
this was
friendship?
improv.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the power of friendship. That's like peak narrative. That's an excellent narrative. Do you read books? Like, do you read books? Or like go out and watch plays or anything? I mean, I assume Cornelius probably at least watches plays. I would hope. But like, do you know anything about narrative structure? Because I get the feeling that maybe you don't, like, at all. I mean, you know, not necessarily a critique, just you could really have stood to do a little more research, because that right there was like, I'm pretty sure that's basically just the vibe of the party. I mean, this is not the first time we have befriended Frou-Frou. I mean, it happened. It wasn't that long. Like, all I'm saying is it wasn't that long ago. Kind of thought that's what we were going for here with this scene. I mean, I think it's more interesting than just... I mean, what would the other option have even been? Just attack someone for no reason? That's not really very heroic.
Our dad. Can you just take that? Our dad. We didn't know.
Another perfect scene. Poked and prodded until you form another wound. Even despite the fact that you know how much hurt you've caused, how much blood you've spilled, how suddenly you find heroism in other ways. You suddenly realize, oh, maybe this is the right way to do it. Well, I seem to recall that when this scene initially happened, there was nothing but bloodshed.
Well, I mean, currently I think you only have, like, only one of us was ever actually involved in the original scene. I mean, this is how I usually tackle things. I'm a power of friendship kind of gal. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I mean, to be fair, you're working with a cast of characters that isn't perhaps the original cast, but I mean, I thought the scene was pretty fun.
But it wasn't perfect. everything called for a fight. A perfect hook. A wonderful introduction. You still don't have a clue. This show was made for you. If you only let it be perfect. But no. You just refuse to play along. Even if it would help. You're so defensive when your politics come into question, like fish trying to flop to shore from the midst of a desert. I see you struggling to gasp for air just long enough to scream your way through every problem. All you do is complain and rant about every single decision, not decisions I made of the narrative, but decisions that your group made and Cornelius interpreted. This is done
Again,
for you.
I really think but you're definitely off there, because if this were about, like, my adventures, it would be wildly different. Mostly because I wasn't in any of this. And in fact, I'm pretty sure you're missing, like, and Arden kind of, like, looks at her finger. She's like, I don't know, I feel like you're missing a lot of people, right? And also, I mean, again, I don't know why you would anticipate for my opening move to be to attack somebody. That's never really been, I mean, you know, I kind of have to be hit first. I'll admit, you're very good at a monologue, but I don't really think that you're very good at, like, heading scenes or giving criticism, honestly. I mean, you're not really doing a very good job of that either, because you're kind of giving criticism on something that, I mean, you're basically just wanting this whole thing to just play into what you expect to happen, which, I mean, ultimately this is improv. It's yes and. It's not no, you did something wrong. It's yes and. That's like the one thing I know about improv, because I don't know that much about these kinds of things, but I know that's the one rule. It's always yes and.
Isn't this guy like a god?
You're really not doing the yes and. You're kind of going,
sorry,
no, do this instead.
Has this conversation become explaining improv to, like, a deity? I'm very lost in where we are.
Which is a little weird, because I feel like I'm not really in theater. I just know a little bit because, you know, I've seen lots of stuff, gone places.
I do have a question. If you and/or Cornelius are able to manifest sets, could you have made like little puppets or something? And because if you expect, like,
so cool.
I don't know, man, it's hard to get other people to do what you want. Have you ever done a group project? And I don't know if you went to school for gods, but I'm sorry, it's not what you wanted. I don't have the words to truly be comforting because I don't know what's going on. I'd love to know. I'd love to know what you're criticizing me and my friends for. I don't know. I just got here.
Yeah, literally none of us know what's happening at this point.
If you're really upset with our performance and you want to control it all, just, like, do some paper mache.
Yeah,
all right, look, socks? I'm not here to reason with this big voice in the sky. We don't know where we are or what's going on. Heck, I haven't been probably conscious for half of this. This guy obviously means something to this party, and we're just trying to find a solution. And I don't think we have time to listen to what you have to say.
And that's truly the problem with this group to begin with, the lack of ability to listen, to understand the subtext of what's being presented to you. The reason that I have told you all this, the reason that I have even come here to, I don't know, give you this little pep talk, we'll call it. You've misinterpreted this as me being upset, that this is my vision. You've done nothing to harm me, nor can you. I'm simply here because I care about one of my star pupils, and he's hurt. Don't you see? Do you know how frustrating it is to put your heart and soul into something only for it to come crashing down around you? Because every decision the people around you make is a foolish one. You guys are so in love with your morals that You don't take a moment to consider the context of the scenes around you. And that's the problem. But I completely understand all your points. I, for one, would have never cast any of you in this production if it were up to me. But I'm not the visionary here. Cornelius is. And it's just sad to me how unwilling you guys are. Just put in a little bit of effort for him. If he truly does matter so much to this party and truly does matter to so many people here, then well, you'd think you'd put in a little bit of effort to understand where he's coming from. The best way to reason with someone is if you get happening.
Well, I mean, if he's willing, I'd love to sit down and workshop, like, his whole, like, production here. Because, again, I really think he's got some different people than he intended going in. I mean, he's got me, who I know wasn't here for any of this point in the story. And I don't think Ryder was either. And, I mean, well, he was, but now she's been, like, reversed in time by, like, a year. So I feel like that's maybe also throwing a wrench in things a little bit. And I think maybe what really needs to happen is that if Cornelius and the rest of us could just kind of like sit at like a round table of some sort and kind of get a good look at like the script and what we think is going to happen and like just workshop it a bit so it works a little bit better with the actual actors that he's got, you know, doing their roles right now. Because again, I mean, if he, you know, for a scene like this, we're in a dark room and then there's just some creature. I mean, my first thought is not, oh, better murder a creature. It's like, oh, okay, like, what's happening here? Like, what's the situation? And, you know, you were talking about context earlier, but there's really not a whole lot of context in this scene. I mean, you had some pretty solid sets in the past, but this one is just, like, kind of empty. So, you know, I mean, if you're willing to, if Cornelius is willing to kind of sit down with us and, like, rethink some of the things that have been going on here, I think it could work a whole lot better. It's just that, again, all previous iterations of this were done without the key players, which is us for some reason. So, you know.
That's not exactly up to me to arrange.
Yeah, but you're currently our only line to Cornelius. So if you could just ask him and like get back to us or something, I'm perfectly willing to consider you our messenger bird of sorts, or cat. Anyway.
The piece of advice I always give to people working with me is not to engage with hecklers. Because usually all they actually care about is themselves. So in the end of the day, it's not up to me to extend that line of communication. He's extended you his hand so many times at this point, given you so many chances, and look at how many times you've disappointed. I'm going to take my leave, but perhaps I'll start paying a little bit more attention.
I'll just keep putting my best improv foot forward. That's all I can do. I mean, since you're apparently in contact with Cornelius, let him know, you know, I'll do my best, but I also very much do not know what I'm doing at all whatsoever. So, you know, I mean, if he wants to like have a chat about the vibes, that's cool, but also I'm probably not going to stab someone for real, like, mostly because I'm just not down for murder. I mean, that'd be very out of character for me, so.
Well, I'll attempt to extend a line, but I think that you have hurt a bit too much. Think on that.
I
I
didn't
don't
even
think
know
we're
him.
the only ones.
I mean, he also did kind of kidnap us to this island, so like,
The
I feel a
lights
little
go
hurt
dark.
as well.
You guys are just left in this room. What? Waving emoji? Bye!
I wanted to use it at least once.
The lights go dark once again.
Did he not stab Cornelius with a tentacle?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that was something that happened, yeah.
Did
I mean, I wasn't there for that, but that doesn't seem outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, no, he did that thing. Yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling that guy's just kind of not the nicest. And also, I don't know if he's actually going to be honest with what I was trying to convey to Cornelius, which is basically, like, I'm willing to act in your play or whatever, but I mean, well, honestly, number one, might be nice to have some breaks. It's been a pretty long, however many hours it's been. And I don't know that we have slept even once. So there's that. I mean, I think at least some of our, well, anyway, not exactly a good position to be in for making good decisions.
I'm so confused.
I mean, I can try to explain some things to you, maybe.
Do you think this is something that future Charpay would be, like, fully comprehending? Or is this just, like...
I mean, you might understand it better, but I don't know if you'd fully comprehend it, because there's been a lot of nonsense happening, honestly. Like, nonsense in the, what? Like, confusion sense, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it just me, or... I don't even think the Precipice knows what Cornelius wants.
Maybe
I don't know if Cornelius even knows what Cornelius wants. I mean, just based off of the, like the set direction and the plot direction. I mean, I haven't really understood what's going on. Maybe, I mean, to be fair, I'm missing some context, but...
His curse is that he thinks the world is a stage play. He thinks that the world runs on scripts and functions, and...
When did he get his curse? I didn't know he had
I
one.
think there's
obviously, but...
I'm not really good at articulating, but... I wonder if it's like when water does the spinny thing. Because I don't have a script. You guys don't have a script. Do you?
No.
If you had a script,
no,
then please
definitely
give it to me,
not.
because I want to figure this out.
I don't have it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, he's expecting us to follow a script that doesn't exist. Which,
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's just always... It's always going to end in something that's not what he wanted. So it can't be perfect, but... I don't know. I think that...
kind of caught in a spiral, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Well, I mean...
learn telepathy, right?
Learn telepathy. I don't know.
I'm assuming not, because that seems like a pretty, like, stark expectation to put on someone. I don't know what he wants, and he didn't answer Eros's question when he asked, like, how can we help? What do you want?
Yeah, like, I have no idea what the artistic direction is here. Like, I've read a lot of books, because, that's just something you do when you want to learn stuff, is you go read books about it. So, like, I mean, I know how stories often go, and so, you pulling on things like the power of friendship and like, getting along with people and using that to get to your destination, and, like, epic quests and stuff, but honestly, a lot of this stuff doesn't fit into what I know. I mean, to be fair, maybe I'm just not reading the same things that Cornelius is, but if I am, then a lot of this just doesn't, I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm not sure, if power of friendshiping, having a, I mean, seriously, like, look at me. I'm a 14-year-old child. I feel like small child taming the beast, that's like a whole thing, right? Like, that's like a whole, I'm pretty sure that's a whole thing, narratively speaking. I mean, I've certainly seen it come up several times. There's, like, whole books about stuff like that, where, you got, like, the unlikely friendships and stuff. So I kind of thought maybe that was, like, good for the scene. But, I mean, I'm not gonna attack Frou Frou. That'd be real strange. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all friends, so.
Yeah. Is that a real gun, Ryder?
It's my gun, yeah.
That's really cool that it shoots firecrackers, but also that's Why is the violence real? That's
That's the other thing that's kind of been going on in this one, is it's sort of hard to go along with what the plot is supposed to be when, like, there's actual people dying. Like, I don't really like that.
Yeah, seems like
Like, we're probably gonna have to hunt down this one librarian because they sort of, like, indirectly murdered them. So then I threw a quarterstaff. That sounded real strange, but the quarterstaff had, Revivify on it. So I figured if I threw it, then it could hit them, and then they wouldn't die, like, for real. And so I did that. But I feel like that just means, it's hard to go along with whatever the stakes are supposed to be when, there's actual murder, which I don't really like.
Being here, did I consent?
No, none of us said. We just kind of I mean, to be fair, before this, we were out floating in the freezing ocean, which probably would have killed us eventually. So, like, I mean, that's why I'm not as mad about it as I could be, because at least we aren't, all slowly freezing to death anymore. But at the same time, I'm not actually sure that wasn't his goal, because we got on a boat that was supposed to take us here. Maybe here? I'm not sure if it was supposed to take us here or somewhere else. There was, like, an end destination in mind, but we got the tickets from Cornelius, sort of. Mm-hmm. So, like, I think maybe the boat was going to take us here somehow, even though I'm not entirely sure if that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Consent is supposed to be continuous. They taught us that in Albuquerque sex ed. I'm not sure where that got lost.
Yeah. Well, they definitely haven't been asking if we're cool with all this. And
you guys had
for the
sex
record,
here?
No.
I have not had
sex. I think that was a metaphor for, like, you can say, no, I'm done with this at any time, no matter what it is.
Alright, sorry, I was just wondering where the sex ed came in.
I went to school, and they taught me that for a grade.
About consent, I guess. I guess because consent's usually involved
I guess.
Somebody's
have
got
a lot going for it in Albuquerque, but they had.
I mean, my mom said something similar to me, so that you can say to stop at any time, and they better listen, or else.
I think we've lost the narrative here.
Either way, I mean.
Once again, just caught up on.
Penis.
Ignore me.
It's okay. We're all easily distracted at this point. We've been awake for how many hours?
A lot.
A lot.
I don't even know if I was asleep.
Yeah, you were in stasis for a bunch of hours. We've just been, like, kind of awake and doing stuff the entire time. So I wouldn't worry about getting distracted or what have you, because I think we're all at that stage at this point. Either way, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed.
No way for this whole thing to. That's what I'm thinking. It just maybe I'm too dumb to see it, but I don't even know how Cornelius expected this to work. Because, I mean, you're new, Eros is new, I wasn't given a script, none of us were given a script, and we were all cast in something that we don't know. You're new, writer. We're all new, pretty much. Except for me, and Charpay, but Charpay's new now. So, it just happened, and I've never acted it before. This was never gonna work. I could see that. And I'm not that good at these things.
No, I think you're right, because it was kind of...
But Cornelius
I wouldn't be
smart.
opposed
That's
to being in a play.
He's really smart, so I don't know how he missed this. That it just wasn't going to go to his vision. Maybe he was just so
narrowly focused on making exactly what he wanted that he sort of forgot there were other people in play. Because, I mean, I'd be okay with being part of a play or a performance or something, but I mean, for one, you'd have to ask me first. I mean, I think it's a little bit strange to just dump people onto the stage. But also, you'd have to ask me first. And also, you'd have to, like, not be actively murdering people during it. Because I don't... yeah, that's just not really my scene, Like, yeah.
Who here is not wearing shoes? I believe just Ryder.
Yeah, I guess I got the hooves.
Yeah, because I think Arden still has her winter boots on from
winter
earlier.
Boots.
Fuck, do I have shoes on?
Ryder, you feel
water at your hooves.
Okay.
Like the beginning of a bath being run, it kind of like stretches outwards and starts to raise. And very quickly, those with boots on begin to feel it soak through.
Ah.
I mean, well, hopefully the boots are somewhat waterproof. Winter boots. Anyway.
They are.
Oh, so the floor's wet now. Great. See, and we didn't get any kind of like script notes or.
You guys can swim, right?
Yeah, I can swim.
I can try.
And I have a thing. It's
I-
okay, Hugo. I've still got the thingy from earlier. Remember the.
Yeah. So we'll be okay.
I don't know what the thingy is.
Oh yeah, sorry. I should tell you. I have a weird little. It's like it's an air sailor. So you're meant to be able to sit on it and like go places. It can only carry like.
It's at your guys' like upper leg right now, already.
All right. You know, I'm gonna call on my doohickey and have it unfold.
Your
so
air
that
sailor?
Hugo can. Yeah, so that Hugo can get on at least, because since he can't swim.
By the time it unfurls in the air, the water is waist deep. This is
Alright,
okay.
well-
This is going really
Yeah.
fast.
Swim?
Cans. I mean,
I
you
don't know.
survived. You survived in that swimming episode, so I'm gonna
You
say
have
yes.
the
Yeah.
merciful
Yeah,
light,
okay.
Yeah.
please.
Walter
and if
kind of
nothing
like
else, the air sailor can be kind of like a flotation device. It can hold one person and like 300 pounds or something like that. So
Walter like
so two
kind
people
of like
technically.
crawls out of your bag and such and gets on top of your head and starts crawling up your horns and such and just like does a little gasp for air, and starts like hugging onto that, and just goes like.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna get Shutter and I mean.
I keep
I'm
forgetting
gonna
that
fly,
I'm here.
so- It's okay. It happens.
I wish I could forget.
By now
Pretty sure Shutter can also hang out on the air sailor.
the water is at your guys' chest.
Well, we should probably
Anybody
go try and
see
figure out where
anything?
this is coming from.
Because I'm not going to be much help here.
Anyone want to roll perception?
Yeah, sure.
Or
Hugo is kind of like holding onto the side of the air
Where did my
sailor
D20
as
go?
it gets like higher and higher.
let's
Mhm.
try perception.
Win.
19
Okay.
for perception.
8 plus
19,
8,
and then
so 16.
16?
I got
19,
a
16?
16, yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys see that the floor, it almost like, and the way with the between the texture of the wooden floor and the way that the water kind of ripples, it just looks like a face crying. Tears just filling this room up. And you actually realize as well that it's not just water getting higher, it's the ceiling getting, or the floor getting lowered.
Mm.
It's now up to your guys' neck.
All right, well, I'm gonna. Arden's like, I'm gonna
Charpay,
try something.
You see
Yeah.
a tiny little spiral in water starting to
Oh.
form.
Okay, do you guys know if there's anything else that Charpay knows how to do that could help with the water here? Because I don't know.
Honestly, no.
Okay,
Not off the top of my head.
alright.
Should I be worried?
Arden's like, I'm gonna go see. There's the face, the crying face. I'm gonna go see if I can comfort the face. I don't know.
Okay.
Give it like a pat on the cheek or something.
You give it a little, like, you reach your hand out of the water and, like, slap the top of the water.
Yeah, you know, like pat, pat, pat.
Yeah, it just ripples away, and the face vanishes, but at this point, you guys are starting to wade water, as it's about up to here. Which is probably above Arden's head at this point, but, like...
He's fine, though.
Yeah.
I have, like, a proper swim speed and everything, so... I can just move across water.
The whirlpool is getting bigger. You guys all start to feel a tug in the water.
Well, I want to know what's in there. I'm gonna take like a, I don't know, like a rock or some loose item from my bag, cast
Alright.
light on it, and then
Alright.
yeet it into the whirlpool to see what happens.
Arden, you kind of like swim back to where like Ryder and Charpay and Hugo are.
Mhm.
You wind it back, you throw the rock into the water.
Mhm.
You guys have seen Spider-Verse. You know that scene, or like that common phenomenon where things just blip out in the movie and where they just quickly swap between art styles. That happens to the rock. And then it's pulled underwater. And suddenly, the whirlpool tears open. Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whee!
This is mostly just survival
this
initiative
one.
here.
All right.
I'm not too good at that.
Oh.
16.
Okay.
At survival.
3 plus 5.
I'm not good at surviving.
You
Level
go.
one.
Shutter is just an item at this point.
That's okay.
Shutter is in the bag as needed.
Shutter.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
First
I
an
feel like I
initiative.
was gonna put Shutter on the little air sailor with Hugo or something, so that they're.
All right.
They should
Yeah.
be out of the way.
Shutter's on the air sailor. Shutter's fucking flying away. I did not account for her being here. I genuinely thought that she just fucked off into the void.
Shutter's
So-
like, you know what? I'm out of here. And that's
This
fair.
whirlpool suddenly just appears in the water, and you guys suddenly feel your bodies being thrust forward by the weight of the water pulling inwards. This area is difficult terrain, and you're swimming. And Ryder, I'm going to make you roll a strength saving throw as you begin getting pulled into the middle of this.
I think that's something I'm good at.
Yes.
Not if I roll somewhat poorly, I guess. Hey, that's at least an 18.
An 18? Alright, so you quickly manage to wade yourself backwards and make sure that you're not getting fully sucked in by the force of this. You're only going to be moved 5 feet forwards, but obviously you don't really see what's happening around you at this point. You don't feel the floor beneath you in the water. It's just entirely
mean,
gone, and you're
If
wading,
I'm being
treading
pulled
water.
into something that's sucking me in, then I think I understand enough that that's not good right now.
Yes. And because you
Your
are
own
still
check.
in the radius of the whirlpool, I'm also going to make you roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
As you guys see, as Ryder is the first one sucked slightly inwards,
That's
as
even worse.
his body starts doing almost the same thing as that rock starts
I got an 8, so...
jittering and morphing. Cool. Roll me a d8.
Not this shit again.
D8, okay.
Maybe I
that's
should
a
go in the
7.
whirlpool.
A 7? All right. Four, 5, 6. Okay. So, Ryder, as you are pulled forward, I'm gonna roll 2d6 for you.
Okay.
You are
You are.
Arden and Charpay.
Mhm.
See as Ryder's body almost kind of like lags slightly with every single movement as it morphs into like this stop motion puppetry-esque style. There's like ball joints that are suddenly formed, like everything moves a little bit static-y, and you are going to reduce currently your strength score to 0 and
Okay.
your dex score to 0.
Damn.
So those are both currently 0.
What does the modifier become for those? I forget.
0. For that,
Well-
-5.
Yeah, I see now. -5. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
All right. All right.
Oh.
And is there anything you would like to try and do? Also, Walter is just going like.
I mean, I don't think there's much I can do.
That's fair.
Unless I can try and swim away more.
All right. You can attempt to swim. You're gonna have to roll
The strength save?
athletics. Yes.
Okay. So it is athletics?
Yeah, it's just athletics.
Okay, that would at least be +0 because I have proficiency in it.
Oh.
So,
Win for
that's
proficiency.
slightly better. It's a 13.
A 13. So with like these kind of like choppy-ish movements, you start trying to swim away and such. You're only, since it's difficult terrain as well, I think you're only gonna get like, what's your full movement speed? 35?
35, yeah.
I think you're only gonna be able to get like 10 feet. So you managed to swim.
Better than nothing.
You managed to swim 10 feet away from the whirlpool right now.
I'll take it.
And that is going to be your turn. So that's gonna bring us to Charpay.
What a fuck.
What a fuck indeed.
Do I do strength?
Yeah, you're gonna do a
now, or-
strength save.
Okay. I'm sure this will. Oh, hey, it actually went alright. That's a 17.
17, so you're only gonna be pulled 5 feet forward, but also charisma saving throw to see if you get changed up.
Ooh, that's a 21.
21? Alright. Unfortunately, actually, because you probably want to fail this to
Yeah.
stop being level 1,
Yeah.
nothing happens, you are just pulled 5 feet forwards. Is there anything you would like to do, though?
I don't want to think that it gamey because Charpay doesn't know what the fuck she owns. But can I say that, like, in, like, an attempt to just, like, not lose all of her shit in the whirlpool, she kind of, like, tugs the dragon cloak a little closer and uses an action to do
Yeah,
whatever.
sure, absolutely.
Okay.
You kind of, like, feel scales starting to run up your hands and such. Whew. And is that your turn?
And I guess movement back, it's
Surprise.
also gonna be, like, 10 feet.
Alright, 10 feet. You managed to swim 10 feet back. Hugo! Big Hugo! He's so powerful.
Please.
19.
He's not in the water.
He
It's
only
fine.
gets pulled, oh, right. Yeah, he's also holding
He's
on.
not in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just
He's
looking
just on
at
the air
this point.
sailor.
Is the air
Yeah.
sailor moving?
The air sailor is not moving. It's hovering like 10 feet above
Oh.
the water right now.
It's in the
Yep.
air.
It's
I
in
should've thought
the
that.
air. He's honestly
Arden
just going
summoned
to...
it and was like, just chill here.
He's gonna roll investigation then and try and figure out what the fuck is happening. 5!
God, I'm rooting for him so much.
5!
Not bad.
Hugo
Could be
looks...
worse.
Hugo looks in the water and goes, "That's spinny water. It's like the metapause I made.
Yeah.
The water is spinning. Do not get in the spin. That's my suggestion."
Good idea.
Honestly, good suggestion. Thanks,
Okay.
Hugo.
Good luck. He's gonna do a help action to Arden, for the athletics. So go ahead and roll a strength save, Arden.
All right. Well, the nice thing is that I have proficiency in all the saves, so I get to add 6 to that. Yeah. Okay. So that would be a 13.
A 13. Okay, so that is unfortunately just under what you needed. You needed a 14 or above.
Is it not advantage for the help action?
Oh yeah, advantage for the help action.
Oh, right. Yeah, I rolled pretty low, so let's see. Oh, well, this time I rolled an 18, which
All
I
right.
had 6 to, so
You're only pulled 5 feet forwards. And charisma save.
right. Woo. And add 7 to that. So that is 16. Yeah.
16. All right.
That's a 9.
That succeeds.
Math.
So nothing else
Okay.
happens to you.
Arden's just still so normal.
The whirlpool grows larger. The floor continues to sink. The water level rises. And with this sudden jostle of movement, everyone is just going to take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Oh fuck, not this shit again. I don't have a lot of hit points.
Yeah,
Yeah, Arden hasn't used her action yet, because I was gonna see if I could use
Oh,
it to
yes, yes.
basically just help Charpay out, since I
All right.
know
Do you want to
she's
help
level
action?
1.
Help action for Charpay?
Yep,
All right.
just kind of for whatever's next, I guess.
All right. So that is going to bring us to top of initiative at Ryder. Come back.
Come back.
Ryder.
Come
Your
back.
turn. Your turn.
Wait, now's the perfect time.
Ryder.
Aha!
Ryder.
Boo!
Ooh.
Woo!
Ooh. Ryder. I've tried to summon
mean,
him. We'll see if
We're
he summons.
having a great time in here
He's
right
probably
now.
not doing much, to be fair. I think we can guess.
Yeah, in the whirlpool. 5. Ooh.
What emojis can I do?
There's okay. If you just search, you can just get all of them. It's great.
How are you
This is
guys
crazy.
doing this? What the fuck?
There's a button next to the disconnect on the bottom.
Yeah, there's a button. It's a little
What?
smiley face, and
What
you
the
can just
fuck?
click on
Do you need to
emojis.
update Discord? That's crazy.
All I can do is.
You summoned Cole.
Did I summon him? Good.
Yeah, he said he's swimming.
All right, swim, bitch. Okay, if he is swimming, then I am going to start rolling for him. If that's the case, athletics is going to be, or strength saving throw. So -5. Thank you, saving throws. Actually, that does have proficiency, I think. So that's going to be 0 plus 0. Unfortunately, I did get a 7.
Yeah.
So, Ryder just gets, with the sudden expansion of this whirlpool, Ryder just gets thrust forward in a sudden, like, jostle of movement, and just starts getting thrashed around, and as he does, like, his entire body is, like, jolting between art styles as quickly as possible. And that is going to be some damage for Ryder. If anyone would like to put in chat that Ryder has taken 26 bludgeoning damage, then go ahead and do that. And alongside this, I'm going to have him make a charisma saving throw at disadvantage. So that is going to be an 11, which fails. Actually, let me check his charisma modifier. Charisma is +4. So actually, if I'm correct...
Bro is charismatic.
11, 15... Okay, succeeds. So still kind of like staying inside... Rider 22, thank you, Anchor 5. Staying inside this, like, whirlpool of energy and momentum, he still manages to keep that, like, strange claymation-esque puppetry style, and he is actively struggling against the waves right now, getting pulled underwater, coughing for air every time he gets up. And as he's, like, thrust underwater and such, like, you see his horn sticking out, Walter on top of it, just, like, hanging on for dear life, the tiny little anteater, getting bobbed back and forth. And that is about what ends up happening. Oh, got a 19. Oh, he rolled. Shit. Okay, I did not.
For the strength.
Oh, for the strength?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
to
yeah,
swim.
but doesn't he have a -5 to strength, so it'd
Yeah.
still be...
Well, that
Oh,
was...
+0.
I think that was the swim for, like, the athletics to try and keep swimming. So I'd say that once he surfaces once again and, like, gasps for air, with the 19, he succeeds his swimming. So he can do half his movement speed, which is going to be, I think, 15, as he starts trying to swim outwards from the whirlpool. Okay, so then that is going to bring us to Charpay.
I'm
If
gonna
I'm-
do a strength.
Do a
It's bad if I fuck it up.
It's really bad if you fuck it
Yeah,
up.
but you have me assisting you, so...
Yes, it's
a
at
strength
advantage.
Save or a strength?
Strength
okay.
save and then athletics to get out,
Okay.
to start swimming.
I think I got it. That's 17.
17, that
enough?
does succeed. So you're only going to be pulled 5 feet inwards.
Okay. Ooh.
I will mention as well that the whirlpool, like the center of it, is 30 feet away. So no. Because it was 40 feet away to begin with, and you've been pulled in 5 feet twice. So I think you're now 30 feet away, if math serves me correct.
Okay.
If not,
Yeah.
then...
Silly.
Is she like kind of clinging onto Arden right now?
I would say so, yes.
Okay. As she's doing that, I want to say she does the second action to transform into a dragon. And just like, it's a big tofu, she's like, oh shit!
Massive dragon just like sprouts up next to you, Arden. You kind of have to fight to not be pulled underwater by the sudden weight of this pink dragon.
There was a part of me just imagining
Yeah, lifting her
that
up. You didn't tell me I could do
suddenly a dragon, and Arden is just like riding the dragon now.
Yeah. she's totally-
Charpay kind of like rolls around in the water, and so now like swimming in the ocean is this gigantic pink dragon, and Arden, you're just like on top of it as you surface up to the top.
What the fuck?
Yep. If I weren't, then I would climb up there. Oh, hey,
right.
Charpay, you're a dragon now. You know, I think, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, you did turn into a whale earlier.
Okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
this information.
I don't really know. To be honest, I'm
Um,
not entirely sure how it is that you do that, but...
I guess that's my action, so I don't think I can help Ryder. But can I at least like go over to him?
You can use your movement, yes, to try and swim over.
Yeah.
To move, I'm gonna have you roll
I have
athletics.
more-
You're a dragon,
yeah.
can you get
I
out of
have
the
more-
water?
That's true.
Can
I
you just
can
like fly up out of the water so it's
Yeah.
easier to grab Ryder? Maybe.
I also have a swim speed now.
Yeah. If you have a
Yeah.
swim speed, then you don't have to roll athletics to try and move
Okay,
underwater.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have 40 feet of swim. So.
40 feet, so that this difficult terrain, so that's going to be 20. So I believe you can actually make it over to Ryder. So
Okay.
you are now, if you have moved 15 feet in, because Ryder was pulled 15 feet in, then you are now 15 feet away from the center of this.
Okay.
But yeah, you move right next to Ryder, and is there anything like you're attempting to do? Or are you attempting to try and like swim in front of him?
I don't
to try
think
and...
I have the action to do it, but I'd want to like lift him up to be like where Arden is.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you have the action for it. Ryder will have to
Yeah.
try and get onto you during.
Yeah.
Oh
turn.
yeah, if you stay here, then Arden can just go down and grab him.
True, that as well. That can also be a thing that happens.
I'll just drag him up here with me.
It is Hugo's turn. Hugo is concerned about the state of events, but seeing Charpay turn into a dragon, he goes, "Yes! Yes, dragon! Yes, dragon! Dragon cool! Yes, yes! Big problem though. Hey, Arden? Arden?
Yeah.
Tiny?
Yeah?
Little bit of a problem is that this thing is, starting to bend a little bit." He points up where the sail of the air sailor is indeed, it's hit a ceiling and is starting to bend as it is kind of being pressed upwards by the water.
Well, technically it does come apart, so...
What, should I try and disassemble it or something?
No.
Dismember
Well,
it?
you know what you could do? You could just fly over here a little bit, and then get onto Charpay and be on top of a dragon instead of on the air sailor, and then we can just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Easy as that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll just drive it over. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
him
it's pretty
waddle-
easy. It's pretty easy if you just... Well, actually, I'm not entirely sure how do you
it's
control the air
probably
sailor?
like an outrigger canoe, which has like one like sail on the back that you have to orient and tie up to ropes and such. So I'm going to have him roll
Yeah, but
intelligence.
it's also flying even though there's no wind in here.
Yeah, once again, it's like kind of like weird like
All
Zeppelin-ish
fails I can
controls.
call it to myself, so...
Yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna have Hugo attempt to pilot with an intelligence
Rooting for him.
check.
You got this, bro. Arden's like shouting instructions across the room.
No.
Big Hugo, he's so powerful and yet so stupid. The legacy lives on. Nat 0.
Oh,
no.
Big
Fuck.
oof. It's okay. If he can't figure it out, that's fine.
Hugo heads to the back of it where like the kind of shift stick type mechanism is, and it's just gonna go, okay, this is just like riding a horse, right?
Not really, no.
I've never ridden a horse, so maybe that's a good thing
More
that
like
it's not
flying a
like a
kite.
horse. Never done that either. Well,
You know, don't worry about it. If you can't figure it out, I should be able to call it over here, so...
he kind
It
of
just might be less of a comfortable ride.
He stares at the stick shift for a little second and just goes like, forward means forward. Presses it downwards,
No.
And so it is just going to fucking dive bomb towards you guys. So I'm going to have everyone
Everybody
make me
Well,
a dexterity saving throw.
Quick
I
question. Does
think
that
I'm
chat
not-
message mean I took damage?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Alright, well, you said dexterity, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool, because I got a plus 11 to that, so I have a...
Thank
Mine's
you.
still 0,
23.
right?
Thank you to Anchor 5 for telling. You're still 0? Yes, you are still 0 because your art
Okay.
style did not change. Come back to
And
me,
this
focus,
is,
please.
This is a dex save?
This is a dex save, so
Okay.
you get proficiency, I think, because you're a fighter, or is that con and strength?
It's con
Fighter's con
strength.
strength, so get fucked.
Yeah. So I got a 13.
Hugo's
got a what?
negative like 3 intelligence has once again fucked him over. Dumb as rocks,
No.
dumb as nails.
No. You just
So-
doesn't
Happens.
know. I wouldn't know how to pilot it either.
That's true. And unfortunately, that
I mean,
wish that
somehow
was made.
Arden did, even though she doesn't have proficiency in vehicles or anything, so...
I'm sure that like you took a while to learn it,
Yeah.
and we're given like a basic driver's. And
Yeah,
I mean,
well, and I can, like, call it to myself and
That
stuff,
too.
so...
you can like magically direct it where you want to go, but not like
Yeah,
manually.
I can summon it to my position from far distances.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's...
Okay, so, give me your guys' dex saves for me.
13.
13, 16, Arden?
23.
23?
23.
Okay, so the air sailor just comes surging towards you guys, and very abruptly, like, kind of goes bow first down into the water, as it makes a gigantic splash. Who rolled the lowest again?
Ryder.
Yes,
Ryder?
I think it's me.
Oh, 13, unfortunately, that is probably going to hit you. I'm sorry, King.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it coming.
Yeah, true. So Ryder, after being jostled around by waves and such, once again, you were hit with the 1-2 fuck you punch. Oh my gosh, my mouse is gone. Like, I cannot see my mouse on my computer.
God, I hate it when that happens.
Yes.
I am. I'm trying so hard. You know what? We're gonna use physical dice. Real dice. Even though it's a big
okay.
number.
That's the fun method anyway.
We're just
I'm
that's
using
fun.
physical dice. I
Real
use physical
dice.
dice, and then I just occasionally I'll drop one on the floor, and then I start rolling a different new one, and then eventually I'll get around to grabbing it.
That is gonna just be 12 bludgeoning damage, as
Oh, okay. Not a big number.
you just feel a crash against like the back of your head as you go tumbling forwards into the water. Just like immediately like inhale a bunch of that water as well. As a whole air sailor just collapses right into your back. And you surface once again. Probably that has pushed you another 5 feet closer to the center of the whirlpool as well.
Okay.
And I'm also going to say that Arden and Charpay got pushed back 5 feet, probably to the left. So you're still, like, close to the middle. You're still 15 feet away from the middle. Ryder is 10 feet away from the middle. But you guys are separated by, like, another 5 or so feet, distance-wise.
After Ryder pops out, he's probably just gonna be like, any plan out of this yet?
Hugo also just, like, gets his head out of the water, just starts coughing. Not exactly. I'm not really seeing anything. Sorry.
Okay.
Just swim, I guess. And maybe don't pilot the air sailor if you don't know how to pilot an air sailor.
I'm a big fucking dragon. Just get up here, man.
I've got you. I can come get you.
All right.
I swim real good.
All right, it is your turn. After Hugo
It
very
is my
elegantly
turn.
crashed his ship right
Oh,
into
my
Ryder.
turn?
It's
No, it's
fine.
Morg's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one of these things it was.
So you're on top of Charpay,
Alright, here
so
we
you
go.
don't immediately have to roll like the strength saving throw until you get into the water.
Okay, well, so I can move across liquids on my turn without falling during the move. Let's see. And I have 65 feet of movement speed. So I'm pretty sure I can get to him and back, although I might have to use a key point because I think, I'm trying to remember, I'm pretty sure if I use the dash action, then difficult terrain doesn't cost me extra movement on my turn. So if I just use the dash, just a normal dash action, I should be able to go over there and like grab him.
Yeah,
I
very
think
very
so.
easily. I think you'll be able to grab Ryder, and maybe you want to grab Hugo as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab everybody. I mean,
Sure.
just whoever.
I feel like you're gonna have to roll athletics to try and grab them both. But
Yeah.
I'll say that you could probably just lift Ryder. I don't know. I feel like Ryder is liftable.
Yeah,
by
well,
you.
if the air sailor's there, I mean, I do know how to use it. So like.
Oh, true. You can also just use the air sailor, but it's
Yeah,
also like
so-
getting compressed against the top right now.
Well, and the air sailor's not as fast as I am. I'm probably going to collapse the air sailor back into its little storing thingy,
All right, so
and then just
folds up kind of
because I
like a
think it'll be
lament
too difficult trying to
configuration.
get it anywhere.
And as you start to run over the water, like you catch it in midair, pocket it for now, and you're running across the water, right?
Yep.
So I'd say
Yeah,
you
pretty
quickly
much.
run over, like grab Ryder by the horn, like scoop him up, put him over your shoulder.
I'm just not even that strong. She's just really dexterous. She's just really good at balancing the weight, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And you're probably going to attempt to do the same for Hugo as well.
Yes. So I'm gonna roll athletics and add my athletics. Oh right, no, my athletics is 0. So that
Right.
wait, I think it is. Let me double check.
At least it's not
Remember.
-5.
Yeah, my athletics
Yeah.
is nothing because my strength isn't actually that good. So let's see, that's So that's a 15.
A 15.
Mhm.
I think that succeeds, but I think that unfortunately you're not going to be able to run on top of the water with this weight, so you're going to have to
I
swim
mean, that's fine.
the rest of the way back. So, like, you grab Ryder's
I
horn
have
out
a
of the
swim
water,
speed, so
put him up there, and, like,
Mhm.
holding him kind of like that and such. But as
Then
you
I
grab
just start
Hugo
dragging him.
and you start to pull up, unfortunately, instead, your whole body just sinks down into the water, and you're back to swimming as you kind of just, like,
yeah, I feel like she's
orient-
not that surprised by that. She wasn't really anticipating being able to sprint across the water
but
with 2 people, but
being in the
dragging
water-
people through the water.
Being in the water again, you're going to have to make that strength saving throw
Mm-hmm.
and the charisma one.
See, so that's +6 for strength, so that's but I want to check the thing that I can do. Is there something about
I feel like earlier in the
Here we
session,
go.
Cole's camera kept
I
going
can
out of
spend
focus,
1
and
key
now it's
point to
mine.
re-roll a failed saving
Yeah,
throw. So because
was
I only
very
rolled
blurry.
what would have worked out, let's see, this is 3 + 6, which is a 9, which I assume does not succeed. So I'm going to spend
No.
a key point in order to re-roll that.
Good use
Because
of
I don't really
want
want to get I don't really want to
Do we
get
al-
yeeted.
Do we
Okay,
also
that's
still
much
technically have
better.
that bardic inspiration.
You guys do
Yeah.
actually
Oh,
still have
yeah.
that bardic inspiration and full health.
Mhm.
That was
Thank
not
you,
a joke, by the
Precipice,
way.
very cool.
That was like a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay, and I
actually
have,
did do it, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I rolled a 16 for the
16?
athletics. Yeah,
Okay. So
so that's for
16
the
athletics.
athletics.
So yeah, you managed to fight the current, and
Mhm.
with your swim speed and like that key point dash that you took, I think that you're able to make it back to Dragon Charpay, where you drag everyone else. But
And I
while
need to
you
roll a
do,
charisma one as well.
the
correct?
charisma, yes.
Let's see, that's 14 + 7. I assume that's over.
Yeah, that absolutely succeeds.
You know, it's really nice to have proficiency in every single saving throw. It's very
kind of like
convenient,
as
actually.
you pull both Hugo Ryder on top of it, and you pull
Mhm.
yourself out of the water, like as you kind of like shake your hair off a little bit, your dreads like very quickly like change art style back and forth. Your braids,
Whee!
sorry, and but before they stabilize into the normal physical you. But that's
It's honestly
kind
kind of too bad. I think it'd be fun if Arden were in a different art style.
You want to dip back in the
It's
water
just
and
too good as-
try?
I'm sure there'll be future opportunities.
So that is going to bring us to the top of initiative. It is at the point now where the water has gone over, like it's reached the ceiling. So everyone is going to start having to hold their breath, and holding your breath.
Maybe we should just go down the whirlpool.
Basically, the mechanics of that is you need to take it's your holding breath, 5th edition.
I feel like right before we get
It's a
sucked into
number.
the
It's a
water,
number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
I did not
Once
process
Arden's
that.
kind of dragged the other two, she's gonna be like,
it's a-
"Hey, I think we should
just-
probably just try to all hold on to Charpay really tightly and just go into the whirlpool because I don't know where else we're gonna get air."
Okay, yeah, sure.
This is
As
like
the
your
head is
guys'
brushing the
last
ceiling.
words, like as you're about to go.
Yeah. Yep, because we're about to. My head's
Okay.
my head. Arden, like
Probably
feels her head
best
brush
to
the ceiling and
take-
is like, "Okay."
Probably good to take a big breath. And you guys all inhale. Also,
wise.
for re-clarification, it's just going to be 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is the number of minutes you can hold your breath for. Or you start dying. Yay!
Charpay doesn't know that this dragon is amphibious, so she's trying to hold her breath anyway.
Oh no, Charpay! Oh no.
She'll probably figure it out in like 20 seconds, but
Alright, so that is gonna bring us to Ryder. You are now underwater on top of a dragon.
Yes.
Fully submerged, holding your breath. And because you've entered the water, you no longer have to struggle against the whirlpool, but you do have to struggle against art style changes, so charisma saving throw.
Okay. It's not a great roll, but what's my modifier? It's gonna be 13.
13. Unfortunately, that is going to fail, so roll me that d8.
Alright.
Actually, it's d... Yeah, no, it's d8. What am I saying?
I got 7 again.
7?
So
Okay, well then
same thing.
nothing changes.
Cool.
So you are still stop motion puppetry, low scores, loser nerd.
sad.
Stop motion puppetry is very cool, though, I will say. Okay,
It
so
is.
it is time for Charpay. Or actually, sorry, what do you want to do? Do you want to do anything? Like, try to
Um,
investigate, look around with your goggles or
Something
something?
like Probably just hang on. I don't really think there's
All
much
right.
I can do.
All right. Do you want to give like a help action to Charpay?
Sure.
All
Why
right.
not?
Charpay help action. Poggers as hell.
I don't know what I
let's
need
go.
help with.
Charpay.
Into the eye of the storm.
Charpay. Sharpie marker. Roll me a charisma saving throw. This
Is
could be
what I have
chaotic.
help for?
Yeah, you can use the help
Ah.
action for this, or
Well, I rolled a 19, so I'm okay.
oh, yeah. So you're still level 1.
That's fine.
You want to fail.
It could be worse.
That's true. So you keep
Yeah.
your bearings. What do you want to do?
Should I go down?
Want to investigate?
Go into the whirlpool. I mean, that was
Yeah, sure. I'll
Arden's only
investigate.
suggestion. Look for air.
Roll investigation.
Yeah,
Yeehaw.
I will do that. I fucked it up. It's a nat 1. I don't see shit.
Yeah.
Big oof.
Unfortunately, you also decided to keep your eyes closed while entering the water. And so you guys all feel as Charpay is kind of just spinning around in the water and not going any deeper just yet.
Yeah. I want to say that, like, I don't know how everyone exactly is hanging on to her, but I want to say that one of her dumb little dragon arms is, like, holding on to Hugo specifically so that he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Grabbed. Is that your turn, just spinning around?
I guess so.
Alright. Beautiful. Hugo's turn. He will try and open his eyes to investigate. He's like tapping Charpay on the arm right now, just go like, that is a
Feel your
5.
eyes open.
A 5, which reduces down to a 2. Hugo doesn't see jack shit in this fucking water right now.
That's fair,
also,
honestly.
I forgot his charisma. Oh! No! Hugo! Where are your
Uh-oh.
rolls, King? Where did they go?
Oh no.
Where the fuck did your rolls go? Where did my luck go? Why is it always
Down the
when I'm playing
whirlpool, I
villains?
guess.
Because we
Why is
don't
it-
get to have anything in the
Yeah?
cutscenes.
Mm-hmm. This is true. Oh no.
Oh,
Um,
no.
So as Hugo is tapping you violently, Charpay, eventually, he stops, and there's like a in the water as a younger, less stressed, less exhausted-looking Hugo
No.
appears.
Not this shit
What a
again.
place to appear!
He blinks his eyes a few times, and
Reaction of, hey, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know that. I'm not paying attention.
Fair, honestly.
You okay?
Help!
Doesn't seem like a bad idea.
It was. It was a very bad idea. Flag money, bitches.
Anything for the bit, huh?
Yes, anything for D&D. I'm dying, help me.
You gonna survive? You gonna make it?
No, help me. Okay,
You gonna live until tomorrow?
Hugo opens his mouth, and what I was attempting to say was, where am I? Unfortunately,
Honestly?
he has just inhaled a bunch of water and is going to start drowning.
Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, I think
That
we gotta
means-
just go into the whirlpool and seek of air.
That means bludgeoning damage.
Oh
Alright,
no.
so Hugo just starts doing what I just did, coughing horribly underwater. Etc., etc., as he now just starts, like, flailing onto you, Charpay. Like, he grabs onto your arm and, like, squeezes it tight, and there's just, like, a like, fucking underwater fucking coughing noises, and it's horrible. It's agonizing. As he is now drowning.
Well, that's bad.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Arden's turn. Charisma save.
it's-
I'm gonna go get my inhaler.
Ah,
Woo! Oh, well, here we go. Exciting times. Let's see, charisma 3 plus 7. That's only a 10, which I'm pretty sure fails.
That
So
does fail. I spit that water all over my bed, so now there's a giant
Oh,
fucking
no.
piss puddle
Oh,
on my
God.
bed. Anyways. We're taking a big hit of these boys. All right, back to D&D.
All right, I
now
roll a
that I can
d8.
breathe.
I roll a d8, yes?
Yes, you roll a D8.
Alrighty. Let's see, that is a 4.
A 4? That is unfortunately what Hugo got. So we are all fucking level 1 idiots.
No. I mean, the one good thing about Arden at level 1 is that she's just not gonna question this, like, at all. She's just gonna be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm underwater now.
Yeah, so
Like, she's not gonna, like,
Arden's been on
breathe
this
in.
adventure for a couple of years. When do you think Arden started her adventure in terms of, like, how young
generally
she
speaking,
was?
because in other campaigns where I've had her at level 1, she started when she was 12. So Arden is now 12, but she has lost a not insignificant amount of height, like several inches, and
So
is honestly a little confused, but like also just kind of fine. Like she's just
just
she's just
vibing?
like, okay, sure, I guess this may as well happen. Because the thing is,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to go soon to get dinner, and I'll be right back. But
All right.
she's yeah, so she's just like, she's gonna cling on tighter to the dragon and just accept that this is what's happening now. I mean, she may not have been she may have started adventuring when she was 12, but like she does go places with her mom, so I feel like the nonsense levels are not unexpected.
So you just, like, have your eyes open underwater, and you look down and you see this, like, gigantic dragon that you're riding on under the water. You see a giant orc, like, coughing and sputtering in the ocean as well. And just, like, a satyr probably just, like, holding on for dear life, just like, what? Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
I guess since Ryder's strength is really low, she's gonna help. She can maybe kind of tell because he looks like clay. She's gonna try and like help hold on to him to like hold on to this dragon because clearly that's what we're doing. So
Sure thing.
May
If
as well.
Sharpay can orient herself in this damn ass water, then that would be great.
Who's to say?
Ryder, your turn. Make me a
I'll be
charisma
right
saving throw.
How's it my turn already?
It's your turn.
Charisma. Actually, Charisma's the one that I'm not bad on right now and is not 0. So that's
Yeah.
23.
23? Alright, so you are
Yeah.
still made of clay.
Sounds good to me.
So you
Sounds
still
better
keep
than
those...
being level 1.
Yeah, you still take those negative modifiers. And basically Charpay is flailing all over the fucking place right now, and you can feel that. You can hear, like, the underwater coughing of someone obviously drowning next to you. And, despite everything, you seem to be probably the most well-adjusted right now in terms of orientation and everything, despite being blind underwater. What would you like to
The only
do?
one is not level 1.
I really don't have any items that can help in this situation. I'm not a
Yes.
spellcaster. We're underwater, and I still don't believe that going into the whirlpool is the greatest idea. Or else, you know, we could have just done that from the get-go. So I guess I'm just gonna resist more, I suppose.
So you're just gonna try and hang on?
I suppose so.
Alright. Just keep your grip on Charpay as best as possible. Yeah.
Worked for
Wanna-
me?
I actually don't even know if you can investigate anything.
Probably not. I'm
Yeah.
underwater.
Charpay!
Alright. Charisma?
Charisma.
Man, I want to fail. I don't want to be level 1 anymore. That is 16.
You want disadvantage because you're flailing for your fucking life.
Yeah, sure.
Take
That
it.
one.
Yay! Roll a d8.
Woo,
I
surely
support-
this will not make
I
it worse.
support your dreams for a
6.
shitty roll.
I hope it's
6.
not the same thing again.
It is not the same thing again. Though I believe
Yay.
that 6 was the same thing that... No, 6 was not the same thing that Ryder rolled. Ryder rolled
No,
a 7.
I got a 7.
Okay. So... Charpay. Very suddenly, a year passes through your head. You remember everything. And as you pry open your eyes underwater, you just see a young, kind of like very confused Arden, Charpay, or Hugo from when you started this journey, Ryder holding on to you, just like gripping as tight as possible. And you are yourself but you are made of like a photo mosh. And you almost just feel like empty inside. We'll get a bit more to that later.
Am I still the dragon or am I me?
You are still the dragon, but like
Okay.
internally you are you.
I see, I see.
What's up?
Can I try to investigate again for the love of God?
Yes, please, God.
That is... What's the modifier for dragon? That's a 17.
17. You see, like, right next to you, there's, like, this bubble column coming up from down below. As you turn your gaze below you, see silhouetted figure trying to swim up to you, hand outstretched, flopping the cord styles, fidgeting. It's webbed, it's blue, it's reaching. Can't seem to close the distance.
Well, I'll try.
I'm gonna need
I guess-
everyone to roll athletics.
Woohoo. Why would that occur?
13.
13. We're looking for a majority of successes here.
Nat 1.
No! Okay, 13.
No, majority is
Nah.
kind of hard to get with 3.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, 2 people need to succeed.
Yeah, please.
Did I
13.
succeed?
Nat 1 and Arden. A Nat 20 counts as 2 successes. Enjoying that din-din. Can you roll me
Does
athletics?
Hugo roll?
Shit! Hugo rolls!
Strong!
Big Hugo!
Strong!
Sorry,
wait.
I forgot to unmute. I got a 14.
A 14?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was still muted.
Okay,
I rolled and
And-
everything. I was like,
we have 2 successes and 2 fails, which is the
hmm.
problem with 4 people.
I suppose it is.
So,
Yeah, what a shutter roll.
fuck. This is why Shutter is here.
To be a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Mhm.
Walter starts kicking their little feet in the water.
That's all we need. We just need that 1%.
Nat 20!
Let's go!
Oh my
It's not how much you needed! So, Charpay, as you're kind of orienting yourself and just, like, your head's kind of caught in this fog of everything, like, catching up to you at once, you just look down, puzzled, unsure if it's time to move, but you do realize that it is. So your body starts trying to force itself forwards, and there's kind of this understanding in the group that, yes, this is what you need to do. And, Ryder, it takes you a moment to fully understand, like, oh, we're swimming. But you quickly start kicking your hooves back. Arden, you're very confused, but
I may not know what's happening, but I know I'm supposed to kick. Let's go.
yeah. So you start kicking as well, and it's like there's a force trying to push you all backward. It's like opposite magnets trying to attract. Of all places, get an extra boost. Walter.
Yes!
Walter the MVP.
Walter, the little fucking anteater. Ryder, he's just gonna grab onto your horn and start kicking a little bit. But as he's doing this, he's gonna kind of crawl down your body, and unhook one of the keys, from your arsenal. Pull out the air rifle.
I don't think Walter can
Yes!
do this. I think this is physically impossible.
If William
No, it's
can do
okay.
it,
Walter can do this. Arden just reaches out and like stabilizes the barrel or something.
yeah,
Like,
thank
Walter's
you,
got
Arden.
this.
Yeah, Walter just takes out the gun, looks over at Arden. Arden holds it and stabilizes as Walter just takes their tiny little fucking things on the trigger, and you guys go shooting forward that extra 20 feet. The key is
Incredible.
safely put back onto onto Ryder's keychain. This is shenanigans. This is truly
is.
fucking shenanigans.
I mean, I really think that this helps
if I had a nickel for every
really
time
show
a
that
familiar,
Arden is just down for
If I had a
whatever is
nickel-
happening.
if I had a nickel for every time a familiar belonging to one of Cole's characters managed to shoot a gun, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but weird that that's happened twice.
Make it
Uh,
happen more,
Yeah,
baby.
Walter's just Walter.
That's true. Walter is not a familiar.
He's
And
familiar to us.
Charpay, you reach your hand forwards and grasp onto Finn. As suddenly the water around you parts. A sudden burst of movement. And a floor of ice solidifies around you. And all of you guys land down on the ground. As there's just this moment of coughing for a second. And then Kelsey looks up and says, "Oh, thank God you guys are okay. Oh my God.
Kelsey?
Yes, hi. Is everyone okay? Hugo."
I'm fine. Hi. I don't think we've met before. I'm Arden. How did I get here? Who are you?
What's
Oh,
going
no.
on?
I mean,
actually,
you don't have to explain. It's fine. I can tell that things are happening. But like, if you get some time, I'd appreciate it.
oh, that thing happened to you guys too. Come here. Kelsey's just gonna like slide over and kind of like tap you on the cheek, Arden. And is also gonna look over at Ryder and is just gonna snap her fingers at Ryder and is going to turn to Charpay and do the same thing. And you guys back to your regular art styles. So back to normal.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. No, I definitely felt weird.
I didn't know you knew how to do that.
Arden's
Yeah.
just like, woo, that was a trip.
Yeah, no. Is everyone okay?
Yep, I'm fine.
Now that I'm not drowning, I would say so.
Okay. I'm really
Somehow
glad I
Arden
found
managed
you
to only
all.
take 1 damage and all of that.
We need to get you guys out of here, like right now. Stuff is really bad, as you can probably tell. But the whole cast and crew, like we're all okay.
That's
Looking
good.
for Shutter. Right here. I'm
Great
okay.
news.
Okay, good. Follow me. And
Are we not getting Cornelius?
we're figuring that out right now.
Okay.
We'll get there when we get there.
And she just walks forward and parts this kind of whirlpool ocean and leads you guys curtain. Not sure how the geography of this room is, or anywhere that you're in, but somehow there is a door, another blue curtain in front of it. All right, we managed to collect everyone in here. Should give us all a moment to breathe. I think we all need it. And then we can just, I guess, figure out where we're going next, right?
Yeah.
Are you okay, Kelsey?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Yes, shaken, I guess.
What happened? How did you snap out?
It was weird, just all of a sudden it just like lost control of the narrative and then suddenly I'm in it. Don't exactly know how, but for some reason all of us are now snapped. Just happened, and then suddenly we were all falling, found a safe haven as best as possible. We kept going out and trying to find the other troop members, trying to find you guys, but it's just this everywhere.
Yeah.
Narrative, everything. Hard to really get anywhere with that giant monster roaming around and following us. But yeah, that's what we're currently working with.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. Are Arden and Hugo back to their regular levels or no?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Okay. Whew.
And she pulls back the curtain. And you guys find yourself in, I'd say, a familiar room to Arden and Charpay. Because these were the dressing rooms that you started full arc in. It's one of
I
those
will note,
finally...
it is not familiar to Arden because
Arden
she
was
was blind
blind.
at the time.
Yes. But it's a well-decorated, like marble counter, like perfect kind of mirror set room, dressing room, and much the entire troop stuffed inside. Each of them variously levels of worn down, exhausted, panting, etc. Sorry, this all really feels like it's happening fast. All of a sudden, it's ramped up out of nowhere. I'm just glad that you guys are okay. Does anyone need any healing or anything? Is there anything I can help with?
I think
I'm
I did
better.
take quite a beating in there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Come here. Kelsea is just going to walk over and kind of, like, grab at Ryder's arm, and, is just going to, like, run a finger up, and, you're just gonna heal to full.
Okay.
As the wounds,
While this is
very
happening,
quickly fix
Arden's gonna like gently nudge Charpay and like kind of give her a wink and a thumbs up. You landed a real one.
As you guys look around as well, you notice the entire troop is here, even Nameless just suddenly appears in your head as, oh shit, guy we forgot.
Is Laurence-Lot here?
Still feel bad about biting him, but
Laurence-Lot is
not as
here,
bad as I
just
could.
kind of quietly in the corner, stubbornly, like, tapping his foot.
glaring daggers.
Is Frou-Frou here?
Frou-Frou is not here.
Damn.
Kind of just trying to figure out what's happening. You guys have any insight on anything?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good.
Hardly.
Yes.
Hardly.
Not sure the best way to describe it exactly. I don't know how much you know about like the Precipice.
What? Fortunate amount. Yes.
Well, as far as we can tell, basically the Precipice has been I feel like maybe the best way of putting it is just making Cornelius's curse worse, like stronger. Giving it magical backing, even maybe.
Are you sure? No, that
It's what seems to be happening.
I remember things now. I can actually tell you things. I was there when Cornelius got his curse. Kelsea was too. He was
Yes.
cursed because he got stabbed by the Precipice. So it's not surprising to me to think that the Precipice is in control of his curse and could definitely be. Maybe the proximity is making it harder to snap out of. And I mean, the Precipice was saying all these things about, you know, oh, he wants to make it perfect. You're ruining his vision. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know if all this was Cornelius's idea necessarily. He's clearly directing this to someone out. I don't know.
Charpay.
Yeah.
This might be a really bad time. Can we talk for a moment? I don't know if we're gonna get another chance.
You're right. Yeah.
And she's just gonna like grab you by the hands and kind of lead over to the corner. I just want to say that I'm sorry for everything. I don't really know what happened. None of it was me.
Yeah, I was wondering if you remembered what happened. Yeah.
Sorry, it's really like out of character for me, and I'm sorry if it hurt you. Anyway, it wasn't. I don't know what came over me. I just want you to know that I think that you're incredible, and none of what I said up there was how I feel now. Because I love you, and I care so much about you, and you're incredible. I don't. If there's anything I can do to get up to you, and just let me know, because I didn't mean any of that.
It's okay. I know obviously you're under the influence of the Precipice. I'm not angry with you or anything like that. We didn't talk about your curse, and I'm sorry. We should have talked about it. When I gave you the ring, I gave it to you because I wanted to protect you. It was magical. I honestly didn't, in that moment, I didn't realize the connotations of that being an engagement. I was very happy. I wasn't against the concept, but I just wish we'd talked about it more. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry too. But if it means anything, I want you to keep fighting for good. I want you to keep going out there and doing this. I just don't want you to get hurt.
I don't want you to get hurt either. It's the exact thing, because I don't know. I mean, all of the big evil pantheon things here are all knowing, so they know how important you are to me. I don't think there's anything I can do to keep you out of it at this point, and I'm incredibly sorry. Because I wish there was a band-aid to rip off or something, but there isn't.
Sorry, I'm just typing something up real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. What did you say, sorry?
Oh yeah. She just said I think anything I could, like, I wish there was a band-aid I could rip off, or anything that could, like, take you out of this, out of harm's way, but they know how important to me you are. So I wish there was more I could do.
No. But I think at this point, have to bring it home. Have to get to the end of this to be the hero and to save the day. Only then will any of us be free. It's not just me who is caught up in this. It's everyone in the world, everyone who's cursed.
Yeah.
I just think you need to go to the end of this. I think you just need to get up there and just fix this. Make it perfect again. Just do the action scene like you're supposed to. Please.
Where
You're my
did
best
you learn
friend.
That thing you did when you changed the art style? How did you do that?
Just a little bit of adaptation. And I just have to go along with things, and then they just happen. That's stuff actually works. You just have to believe in yourself, really. And that'll make the scene good.
Okay. Why don't? She's kind of speaking through Kelsea here, like kind of like behind her.
This time, everyone
Why
can
don't
clue
you-
into this conversation right now.
Why don't you tell us? Like, little debrief before the scene starts, because we're not trying to ruin this for you. We're not trying to do that. It's... We're not trying to hurt you, we're not trying to ruin your thing, we're not all as all-knowing as you. Just tell us what you want to do to make the scene perfect. We'll do our best.
I would like you guys to roll insight.
Great at rolling.
What's my
That's
insight?
pretty good.
Ooh.
Insight. Ooh, I have proficiency in insight too. Jeez.
And
That means my score is like ridiculously high. Okay. See, that's plus 8.
All right, 18, 27, 10. With a 10, Ryder, I think you just...
I don't perceive.
Yeah. You feel the uneasy tension in the air. And you hear just, like, distant sounds. Someone who is clearly hurt, but they're so faint. It's almost like they're trying to hide it. Or hide themselves. You're not sure where it's from, but it's faintly hear something. Arden and Charpay kind of take a look around this scene. For a moment, you finally realize how flat everyone's voice is. Their eyes sunken in. Everyone's swaying. Just slightly. Like a wave. Not really shaking or... There's just this, like, sway. Almost dissociation. Disconnection. As if everyone's kind of moving from a point connected at the waist, gently drifting. In a glance, Charpay, you look down and you notice that nobody's shadows, besides Ryder and Arden's, align with the light in the... Or rather, you notice that this light isn't a light. See it in the corner. The eye. Near impossible to catch and yet so obvious drawn to it. Like an anglerfish. A golden eye. It's suddenly apparent to you, a flash of adrenaline, that whole conversation, Charpay, Kelsey's mouth did move, sync with her words. And nobody's eyes are the right color. You can tell that this scene isn't being put together by someone who cares about you. By someone who is invested in you. And in the distance, you hear what Ryder hears, those faint, disconnected noises that so obviously don't want to be found. You almost hear them enveloped. Well, appears I'm not as good as an actor as Cornelius. Am I?
No.
That's all right. I was never really good at it. I was more a curator of these things. You notice as all of the cast and crew draw up by tendrils that suddenly appear, fires from the sky. That's all right. Maybe I should have been more upfront. I just thought it would be more poignant to keep on theme. Things have fallen a bit out of even my control here. And I think we could work together. If he won't open up to me, maybe he'll open up to you. How about we make a deal? You help me find Cornelius. And I'll help you along the way. Not fall into the abyss. I'll aid you. Truly the best of both worlds. I mean, you're looking for him as well. And I think we
You-
both want the same for him. We just want
You
him
let us
to be
go
better.
after?
We do want the same thing. You shouldn't feel obliged to give us anything in return.
Seems that we're on the same page here.
Are we?
And if it means anything, I don't want you guys dead.
I do appreciate that.
I just need him to pull himself together. And maybe that means that we have to put on a little show of ourselves. Work? Who knows? But I keep running into a problem. It's a problem that has really impacted the entire production. Obviously, you guys weren't clued in what roles you're supposed to play. That was by design, but let's not go saying that, shall we? So I can give you some direction here. Maybe, just maybe, to own up to things just a little bit. Instead of playing the hero, you can play the monster this time.
Heck yeah, that sounds super fun.
Wonderful.
I've always wanted to pretend to be evil.
It appears we've made a deal. The thing that monsters do best? We hunt. So why don't we hunt down that friend of ours? And give him a nice talking to. Sound good?
Only if the talking to is therapy.
Sounds good to me.
I'll reluctantly follow.
Wonderful. Now get into your place. The scene's about to begin. We're gonna end this session off here. Wah wah.
Wow.
Has Charpay just been a dragon the entire time that all that was
fuck.
happening?
No, she turned back.
No more dragon.
Because that would have been so funny.
Yeah,
You can
it
stop
only
making
lasts a
deals
minute.
with
She
the
turned
Pantheon.
back when we landed.
Yeah. Alright. Let's do some closing remarks, shall we? Full Radical, you made it to the end of the session!
I did. I'm going to pass out sick or tired today.
Yay!
Sure, that's my closing comment, that I made it.
That is all. Morg, closing remarks.
Man, Arden's sure having a day, but now maybe she can run around on all fours and growl for fun. For fun and profit. She's gonna do her absolute best to be a monster, and she's not gonna be good at it.
A little
all.
creature.
Little
Cece,
creature.
closing remarks.
This is still improv. This is improv again. We didn't get any stage directions.
We really didn't.
I'm
We're just
back to the
improving
fucking
as
improv again.
spooky monsters
Welcome
now.
back to improv. The Precipice
One of us
doesn't
should get
know
a
what
bed sheet,
improv
cut
is.
2 holes in it, and be a ghost.
This is why you
True.
guys
calling
had to
it.
try and explain it to the Precipice. They just don't know what improv is.
No.
I realize
really
they still
don't.
have this scary ambiance going. Well, that
I
was
mean,
the session. I
that
hope
feels
it
right.
was. I hope it was a decent one to come back to. It's hard getting back into things after months, or like
you
a
did
month.
great.
Thank you. But yeah, we're reaching perhaps the end of this arc, and we'll have to see what happens next. So thank you everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to my players. Go check them out in the description. Also on Twitch, if you scroll down, there should be a link to everyone's social medias. And I will see you guys hopefully next week. Bye!